Good
Right,
morning.
all
Good
right, all
morning.
right. Man, I want to welcome you to the big event, the TM, and that's Millionaire Movement for new teammates. The Millionaire Movement is what TMM stands for. Welcome to our spring boot camp. And guys, our goal and focus as an RVP team today is to give you what you need to make April your best month of the year so far. As a matter of fact, we want you to make April your best month of the last 12 months. Or for some of you guys, you still have time to make April your best year ever. So we're looking for showers. I know if you're in the metro Atlanta area today, we have rain going on, right? I know we got people from all over the country. So we're experiencing those April showers, right? But guys, what we want is we're like, bring it on, bring it on, bring it on. We want showers. We want torrential downpours because we're looking for April showers of recruits. Who could definitely get excited about having a downpour of new recruits join your business in the month of April? April shower recruits, right? We're looking to have April showers of promotions. Who on here either wants to get a promotion or promote somebody here in the month of April? I can't hear y'all. Anybody?
Promotions.
It's all right.
Coach.
And then here's the big one. Here's the big one. Man, when we recruit people, we help them. When we get promoted, we have to do production. That means we're helping people. But all of that, guys, leads to cash, baby cash. And we want to have April showers of cash. Now, I hope I get the rest of y'all that's been all cute this morning. Can you put up both hands, high five, waving like you know, put
Cash, baby, cash.
Yeah.
cash there. If you want to have downpours, torrential downpours of cash generated by your business this month, guys. That's what today is all about, to give you the mindset, to help you get the work ethic, the focus, to make your mind upright, to get the inspiration. We can't motivate you. Motivation is temporary, but to inspire you to go from today for the last 10 days of the month, guys, and do more in the next 10 days than you've done in the last 23 days. And everybody can do that. Who can do more in the next 10 days than you've done in the last 23, right? And end up this month with it being showers of recruits, showers of promotions, showers of cash flow. Guys, this is the halfway point of our 90-day run. I'll talk about that a little bit later. You can set yourself up coming out of this event to go crash through all of your goals for the 90-day run. And I end up March, April, May, this 90 days with your business looking measurably different than it did on March 1st, and your life looking measurably different than it did on March 1st. So if you guys are excited about today, let me hear from you one more time as I get ready to
guys.
Yeah.
Bring it. Excited.
Speaker's going to be coming on shortly. My goal is that we need to have over 100 people logged in by the time she gets on. So guys, make sure that you are texting your downlines, texting your sidelines, grabbing your partner. You know, if they're not there with you physically, wherever they are, tell them they need to log in. People that register, they can just go to their email, get that registration link. If you registered them, I just sent out the registration link again. Send them to their email. Tell them to log on because they don't want to miss number 103, right? The second American woman in all of America to have an income go over $1 million, and she's way past that now. So man, that's my goal, is that by the time she gets on TMN, we gotta have about at least 150 on here to hear from the incredible Mika Saunders. Will y'all agree? And so let's make sure that we're still lighting it up and telling people to get on. But with that, you guys are gonna, all the RVPs in our incredible hierarchy will play a part in what happens today, but we're going to start you out with the two MCs. You know, we say the host with the most, the hostess with the mostest, right? The incredible LA Jeter, six-figure earner already on her way to her second diamond and $200,000 earner status. That's what the second diamond is. Induction into AALC in the year 2021. And of course, on from there to ownership and $1 million status, right? So she'll be one of your MCs for today. And then also Leonard McReynolds, one of the half of the coaching team, and Lashida LA leads the Boss Lab base shop. All right, Boss Lab. And then Leonard McReynolds, one half of the leadership team of the home team, already a $200,000 earner, AALC council member, and blazing a path to $300,000 in full ownership and beyond this year. So you guys give it up for your host for the day, LA and Leonard.
All right.
Hey, way to go, coach.
All right, guys. Before we kick off, we want to take a quick second. All of our graduates, man, the people who've recently passed your exam, if you'll take a quick second, we want you to put your cap on, right? We want to be able to see you, celebrate you through this whole training. If you don't have a cap, all you have to do is put on a virtual one. On the bottom of your Zoom screen, you'll see where it says stop video. If you click that up caret, you can choose a virtual background. And one of the virtual backgrounds that you have access to is a graduation cap. So please don't be ashamed. We want to celebrate you. That's a huge thing that you accomplished. It's passing that exam, and we want to recognize you through the whole entire training. Okay, guys?
And LA, I think they need to choose virtual filter, correct?
Is it virtual filter? Okay,
Yeah,
virtual
filter.
filter. I apologize. Thank you for that correction. So, hey, look, okay, get some tassels then for virtual background. I don't know. Virtual filter, guys, virtual filter. All right. So we are going to kick this thing off right. I don't think there's any better way to kick it off than talking about partnership, right? There's a quote that I read that says, just one great partnership with the right person can have an incredible impact on your business, man. And this lady right here, not only is she a mom, not only is she a wife, not only is she a fully licensed partner, she doesn't just accept partners, she is the co-CEO of the home team. She is their licensing specialist, she's their investment expert, and she holds it down on all sides of the business. We are, other people like to call it a brick house, but we're gonna call her a powerhouse, okay? Let's give it up for Jennifer McReynolds.
Jennifer!
All right, Jen.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you guys so much. For those of you, I don't know, hosts, if you guys can make sure everybody's muted, that would be great. It's so wonderful to see all of you beautiful people today on this amazing Saturday. My name is Jennifer McReynolds, as LA said. Hopefully you guys can see my screen. This is what Leonard and I look like when we started our business 20 years ago. In January, we celebrated our 20th year in business. And so when we started, those at the top left-hand corner are the two original kids that we had coming into the business 20 years ago. Ariel was 8 years old. Lenny Jr. was a couple months old. This picture was right at around 6 months old. And so you guys, that's what we look like when we started the business, right? And so then today, fast forward, this is our family today. And this is, you know, that little girl that was in that top corner, that's Ariel today. That little boy that was being held, that was 6 months old, that's what he looks like, full beard. He's 20 years old, right? And then we added another kid, right? Zuri in the bottom. And then that's our grandbaby in the pink in the bottom, right? And so you guys, we're so blessed to just have a wonderful family that's actually been able to grow up in the business. So just a little bit about me. I really wanted to just talk to you just, you know, from the heart about, you know, how to be a great business partner, right? So what does it take to be a great business partner? So my role, when we started off in the business, Leonard could tell you, you know, my role was really, I was kind of sus about everything. You know, I knew I wanted the products, but the business wasn't for me at the time. And so I was probably pretty negative. And so it wasn't until Leonard really, until we won our first trip, one of those pictures when we had the green jacket was our first trip, which was to San Francisco. And that's where I started to change and really started to embrace the business. And so, because I started to see proof that this could be something. And so there's a little nugget in there for you lead agents, is that you have to provide some proof points to your partners too, right? To show that this is something they can hang on to, right? And so you guys, my role in the business at the time was to have a full-time job. You know, my role was to finance our business until our business could be self-sustaining. And so some of you guys are there, and that's a phenomenal role to be in. Okay. So I was able to allow Leonard to really build our business without having to go get a job. If you have to have a job and work your way out of it, do that, because that's the role that you have to play today. But the role that I played was that I made sure that there was always money coming in while we were learning the business in that first year. Okay. Fast forward to 2006, 2007, right when, you know, the housing crash happened and I lost my job. You know, I had a great job. And at the time I said, you know what, I'm going to go work with my partner. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to go do it. I got licensed. So listen, get licensed, right? That's important. So I went to licensing class, insurance licensing class with Bo and Mayor Buisson. It was just the three of us in class together. One of our uplines, right? Our uplines kids, and we got licensed together. And at the time, you know, that's where I learned the business. I had already been securities licensed because in my previous job, I had to have a securities license. So I had my securities licenses already. And my job was to learn how to recruit people, learn how to develop them, learn how to field train them. And so I did that for a 3-year period. And then Ariel became a teenager. And I needed to be at home because at the time, the business isn't like it is today. We actually had to drive all over town to go meet with clients, right? We didn't just sit in front of the computer. Some of you only know the business in this way, which is phenomenal, but we used to have to ride around, ride and talk. And so we ended up making the decision for me to go back to have a job so I could be at home at night with the kids. And so that was my role. And so that was great. And then we were blessed in 2016 to find out that after many, many years of praying that we were expecting. And so our oldest at the time, what was she? She was 24. She had graduated from college already. She was working. And then our son was a sophomore in high school. He was in boarding school. We had all this extra time, and somehow we ended up with a baby, right? That we had prayed for, and that God blessed us with many, many years later. And so at that time, the job that I had that I really loved, and some of you love your jobs, but that job started to show me that they didn't love me the same way that I loved it, right? They started to, you know, my boss, I worked really hand in hand with my CEO, and it was great up until I got pregnant. He was like, well, how'd that happen? And I'm like, well, listen, that's inappropriate, right? And so then, you know, I started getting cut out of meetings, deals that I had been working on, I was no longer included. So stuff started happening, and I was really disappointed. I continued on. I didn't want to have a stressful pregnancy. And I said, I'm just going to deal with this when I come back. And then it was much of the same when I came back. And so Leonard said, hey, we have this business that we've had. There's probably not a better chance, because also they had stopped paying me. The money had gotten funny at work. And so I had been working for, by the time I left, for about 18 months with no paycheck. And Leonard said, hey, listen, why don't you come and why don't you help me build a business, do it in the way that you want to do it, you know, however you want to do it, spend time with Zuri, our new baby, and then just do what you can. And so that's what I did. I came, and at first I became the super duper office manager. And then you guys now, you know, what's great is I'm an introvert. Leonard's the extrovert in our business. I know many people don't believe me, but I would rather not talk to people that I don't know because I don't know them, right? And so, but man, this whole virtual thing has been amazing because I can just look at myself and pretend I'm not talking to anyone but myself, right? So it has been great in the last year because it's helped me to develop clients one-on-one. I'm phenomenal. I like people one-on-one. But when I'm talking to a crowd, it's a little bit different, right? And so this has been great. So for those of you that are afraid of speaking, there's great news. You don't have to be. You can do like me and just set the highlights to just see yourself, and you think you're just talking to yourself, right? But deliver a phenomenal presentation anyway. So what can you do? Pay attention, lead agents. If you want your partner to plug in, partners, you can always, at a minimum, be excited and be positive. Just be excited about what's going on, right? Number 2 is to show up to big events like this event, right? Lead agents, have your partners show up whenever we have, you know, a super Saturday, have them plug on in. If you can plug into trainings, do that too, right? Number 3 is to help grow your business by prospecting, right? We have really good friends, Josh and Katrina and I, who are national sales directors in the business. Josh is an introvert, a complete introvert. His wife is an extrovert. And she, for many, many years, funneled people to their business to help grow their business. A lot of the RVPs actually came from her, okay? And so look, you can help even though this is not what you do full time. Get licensed, get licensed, get licensed. That's super duper important. Get your insurance license and then get securities license. You can't want the goodies in the business without doing the stuff that it takes to be part of the business, okay? That's really, really important. Then start learning about the business. Look, if you want to grow and help your partnership grow in the business, start learning. There's so much on POL that you can go that can really teach you about all aspects of the business. Maybe start developing your own clients. I'm not saying, you know, have a goal to do 5 by 5, but maybe say, hey, look, it's my intention to create a couple of investment clients, right? Or maybe develop, you know, write one life sale. Do what you can, but put that to use if you can. Be a sounding board for your team. Look, it's a lot to manage. It's a lot to manage. That's what I've learned here in my time, that it is a lot to manage. Yeah, I used to say, and I don't know if probably none of you used to do this, but I used to say, hey, all you do is Primerica and I have to do everything else. And then I got into Primerica and I'm like, it's a lot of stuff to manage here in the business. Hey, please mute yourself out. We're hearing somebody. Thank you. It's a lot to manage. There's the people side, there's the licensing side, there's the quality of business, there's the motivate your team, there's the inspiration, there's a whole lot. And you don't know that until you're in the business, right? So be a sounding board, be another place that your agents can come to in your business to talk to, right? And then you guys self-develop. Make sure you're self-developing, okay? I just wanted to share, this is the book that I'm reading right now. Leonard and I are doing something crazy I don't have time to talk about, but this is my book right now because it's, you know, you guys can read what it says, but man, I want to get better. I know that I am really introverted, but I want to be a phenomenal speaker. So I'm plugging into stuff that'll get me out of myself. And listen, never compare your partnership. Look at other partnerships as inspiration, but don't compare yourself to somebody else. Don't say to your partner, I wish you were like Mel. I wish you were like Angela. I wish you were like Tim. Don't do that because that's a way to piss off your partner like never before. Look at them for inspiration, but never compare. And the last thing, you guys, that I want to leave you with is that you can do the hard things, okay? Those of you that follow me on Facebook, I put up a post the other day and I said, you can do the hard things. All of it is hard. We have so much stuff to manage all the time. If you have kids, yes, whatever season they're in, that's hard, but you can do it. Pick something that you're gonna do in your business and do it. I don't care what you gotta do. We all have to do it. Renee was always such a great example because she was a woman that had kids, was married, and was running a business. So I never felt like I could really come to her and say, Renee, but you know the kids. Renee, but you know my husband. Because she was like, and? I mean, she never said that, but I could feel her saying, Jennifer, there's no excuse. So pick something, partners, that you can commit to and be consistent to and deliver on and go do it. Because for a short period of time, you can do the hard things. Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys.
Whoa.
Jennifer, that was awesome.
Incredible. Man, I definitely married up. I overkicked my coverage, as they said. Great job, babe. She continues to demonstrate more and more that there is no lead agent partner in our business. We really are co-CEOs. We really are doing it together, and we have an incredible team, and that's going to be shown soon. Soon, Primerica will know. And so, great job, honey. So look, we're going to go ahead and keep rolling. She talked about partnership from the RVP perspective. Man, we have a below RVP partnership in the hierarchy that is setting this thing on fire. You hear me? I'm talking about setting it on fire, right? So we've got Steve and Terry Middlebrooks coming up to speak to us. Steve is a securities license division leader. Terry is a district, right? They both are working agents in their partnership, both earning over $1,000 part-time on a monthly basis between their two codes. So both of them got licensed. Both of them are doing what they can do, as Jennifer mentioned. They've earned $8,400 between the two of them year to date. And Terry didn't even get licensed until mid-February, right? And they qualify for district and division level promotions February and March. So this is a below RVP couple still in their career life, showing that you can build a business on a part-time basis and have it all. So give it up for Steve and Terry Middlebrooks. Go right ahead, guys.
Hey everybody. Hey. So just a little bit on how we did what we did so far. It just basically started with a decision and a conversation with our coach, Rod Stovall. And we just decided to give Primerica a shot together. And so, you know, like people probably know, I've been in the business for a little while, had some ups and downs, but I always knew that, you know, if I got Terry involved, it will explode. And so that's what happened. She's kind of stuck her foot in here and there, but like this at the beginning of this year, you know, she made a decision to go get a license, and then we've been rolling ever since. And so, you know, like we heard from some partners, you know, great partnerships earlier. So partnership is big. So you get your partner involved, you know, that you can take off. And so I let her kind of give some more info.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Yes. So, you know, I kind of dragged my feet for some years, but, you know, as Stephen said, in January, I just made the decision. We talked and said, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and get licensed. We called Rod, you know, and he was on it. He was ready for us and really helped us a lot. But, you know, I tapped into my warm market like never before. That warm market has kept me afloat since I started appointments. So I basically still been working that warm market really for the last since February, working that same warm market, and from that warm market, of course, getting recruits and working their warm market. So that warm market counts. Those are the people that's going to trust you. Those are the people that's going to tell other people about you, because you have already built that trust from having a relationship with them over the years. So I would tell anyone, if you're new in the business, tap into those people that you have supported and ask them to support your business. And that has been driving me and keeping that fire under me since starting in February, really taking off.
And the early success, you know, it builds a lot of confidence. So get off to a fast start and keep going. Good.
Good job.
Great job, guys.
All right.
Awesome,
Great
awesome,
job.
awesome.
The Middlebrooks. Woo!
Give them hell, Stephen Terry.
Good job, guys.
Good job.
Well, we're gonna keep this thing rolling, keep it rolling, man. So are y'all ready for some recognition? Are you excited about getting recognized, right? So I know coming into the business, one of the most important things to me is, can I get my family to support me? We're not talking about just buying some life insurance. We're not talking about, hey, will my family just let me do an investment, right? But we want them to join and be on the crusade. There's another quote that I read that says, we have everything when we have each other, right? And man, Stephanie Lampley, guys, this is Renee's sister. Not only did she become a part of her business, she became a leader in the business, guys. Regional vice president, six-figure earner, women in Primerica. This is a perfect example, man, of what we all are praying for when we talk about having our family link up with us. So I'm so honored that I get a chance to introduce Stephanie, and she's going to kick recognition off for us. Thanks, Stephanie. Go ahead.
Thank you, LA. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
All right,
Morning.
we're gonna kick it off with some recognition, and hopefully you guys are excited about for the folks who really did some great things in the month of January, February, March. Man, where did I land? So I'm gonna play a little bit of music, and Renee, if we have any problems, you can text me. Can't hear me or something. All right, guys, Super Saturday recognition. Let's do this. All righty, here we go. New licenses. We got Beja Joyner, Terry Middlebrooks, Lakeisha Walker, Francine Simpson, Kathy Bradham, Karen Houston Hollis, Darshundra Blake, Cedrica Strickland. You guys give it up for those folks who did the class and went and passed the test.
Right.
Awesome. Kendria Joseph, Christine Conway, Nicole Milligan Young, Tamara Christian, Terrell Reed, Darlene Muhammad, Anthony Ewell, Anika Scott, and Kim Williams. The next set, guys, keeping it going. Wow. Edward Poole, April Black, Paula Wright Webb, Shartik Dixon, Corey Mosley, Questa Giles, Wynn Glover, Lance Munford, Norma Amadeo Hood, Beverly Scott, and Dr. Janet T. Faison. You guys give it up for those incredible teammates.
Right.
Got that
go.
license.
Way
That's
to go, guys. Way to
a
go.
huge deal in your business life. All right, securities license, guys, taking it to a whole nother level, getting what they came to Primerica for, which is getting a life license and a securities license, getting the Series 6 knocked out, the incredible Carmen Ramdeen and Chris Bean, guys, the SIE and the Series 6. Huge, huge deal. Proud of you guys. Next up, top RVP and above life licenses, guys. These RVPs are making sure that they ensure that their business has longevity with codes. Codes are permanent licenses. Number 3, Tori and Natasha Hunter. Number 2, Rod and Angela Stovall. And there's only one number 1, Renee and Mel Turner in the TMM. All right, guys, the other RVPs come along in the next 3
Way to
months.
go.
Get our name on this list, right, guys? All right, what's up next? Personal premium, man. You helped a lot of families personally across the Zoom table, right? Helping them get their family protected with insurance. Representatives, we have Sharice Brown out of the home team. Great job, Sharice.
Woo!
Yeah, number
Go,
1,
Sharice.
Terry and Stephen Middlebrooks. We just heard them today. This power couple, man, 2 people in love, focused on the same thing, are unstoppable. Great job, guys.
Woo!
All right, then we have number 1 top personal premium senior reps in districts. We got Mary Early out of the Believers. Mary Early, way to go, way to go, way
Way
to
to
go.
go.
Number 2, Darlene Liston out of the Team Pride Bake Shop. Proud of you, Darlene Liston. Number 1, there's only one number 1.
One number one, baby.
Stephen and Terry Middlebrooks, y'all look amazing.
Great job.
Good job, good job.
Fantastic. All right, we're talking about divisions and regional leaders. Number 2, Dr. LaShawna Bryan and William Page out of the TMM Bake
All
Shop.
right, all right, all right.
Cheryl Wilson out of the TMM Bake Shop,
Only
known as
one
Flash,
number 1,
guys.
baby.
We got future RVPs. Y'all know them, Shernette and Thomas Dennison, coming out of Macon, Georgia,
All right.
making it happen. Good job, Dennison. Number 2, Stephen and Terry Middlebrook, the Believers Bake Shop. And number 1, look at her, shining like a diamond. Gina
Good
Shirley
job,
and her
Yeah.
oldest son, James Shirley. Number 1, future RVP Bake Shop in the area of premium.
Go God Squad.
Let's talk about the RVP and SVP teams. Number 3, Jennifer and Leonard McReynolds. Man, they got so many glamour shots. I don't know what to do. Way to go, McReynolds. Great job. Rod and Angela Stovall doing what they do.
That's right, baby.
And number 1, Renee and Mel Turner in the TMM Bake Shop.
All right.
Right, leading from the front. All right. And then Rod will come back up in a little bit and take it from there. Thanks, LA.
Everybody got recognized.
Great job, Stephanie.
Way to go. Congratulations, everyone.
Congratulations, everybody.
Good job.
Congrats, y'all.
That's
Hey,
big
hey,
stuff.
Renee, I just wanted to say we missed recognizing one of our team members who passed the SIE, Miss Cherise Brown. Congratulations, Cherise.
Congratulations,
All right,
Cherise.
congratulations,
Woo.
Cherise. That's a big deal.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
And then also we missed one person that just passed maybe a week or so ago. Javier Montanez down in Florida. He passed his life exam. Great job, Javier. We definitely appreciate you, bro.
Great job, Javier.
Good job.
Okay.
Awesome. Congratulations to everybody that passed the life exam, the securities exam, and the tops in all those categories. So we don't want to miss anybody if they didn't get reported. Great job.
All right, so guys, we're moving right along in the agenda, and man, I have the this is kind of like how in some communities like ours, everybody's like your cousin. Well, I get a chance to introduce the ladies. I just feel it's like family to me. A regional vice president, she just is a person that embodies integrity and genuineness. She really I saw her coming through the base shop, and I saw how like ducks just glide across, but underneath the water they're pedaling. She just did it so gracefully. She's always been so loyal to her upline regional vice president. She's always been so supportive to the team. In other words, there's some people that make the team better. They make the environment better because they're on that team, right? That's what this person represents. She's a new regional vice president, $50,000 earner on her way to 100. Like there's nobody's business, man. She sold out to the Lord. She sold out to her family and also sold out to her business. None other than the incredible Terrella Thomas. Come on, lady.
Terrella.
I just want to take Leonard everywhere I go and let him introduce me. Can you do that? Let me see. The next time I speak at church, I'm going to let you introduce me. The next time I have to go someplace, I'm going to let Leonard introduce me. I felt like, woo. Good morning, TMM Hierarchy. Everybody can hear me, right? I think I've unmuted. I have the privilege of talking to you guys this morning about leading from the front with personal production. But before I go there, what actually is let me start my timer. What's actually so perfect about this topic, I went walking with my daughter. My daughter's 21. I went walking with her the other day. Now, I like to tell everybody I'm tall, but I have now realized that I'm really not that tall. And so in my mind, I'm tall though, okay? So you can't tell me I'm not tall. In my mind, I'm tall. So my daughter and I went walking the other day, and I walk quite often. So I didn't think it was going to be a big deal walking with her. But my daughter has longer legs than me, and my daughter has a longer stride than me. So while we're walking, I'm trying to have a conversation, trying to do some mom-daughter bonding and all this kind of stuff. And that chick was just walking me. I'm saying I'm walking 6 steps to keep up with her 1 step because of just the difference in the length of our legs and our stride. And so when I was thinking about that and I was thinking about this topic, I was like, you know what? The fact that she's beating me or staying ahead of me, or I got to try to keep up with her, made me push a little bit more. And so that's kind of what I want to talk about today is when we're leading from the front, the reason why we need to lead from the front as leaders, okay? She was just doing what she was doing. She was walking, she was going, but I had to make that extra effort so that I could at least be within earshot distance of her to have a conversation with her. And so as I go through, you'll see some pictures of us walking, and she just kind of tried to embarrass her mom, I guess. So why should you lead from the front? First of all, to show that it can be done. I mean, a lot of people will come up with all these reasons why they can't. Jennifer I think she was all inside my presentation in some kind of way, because she said when she saw that Renee was doing it as a mom, that kind of squashed that for her. Look, you're the number one person on your team. Bottom line. So you got to be the number one producer on your team. Others are watching to see what you do. Jennifer hit on this. She said you got to have those proof points. You got to show your partner. You got to show your team. You got to show your family. You got to show the doubters, because they're watching. There's some people that are just looking to see how long you're going to actually do Primerica. Well, the best way to continue to do Primerica is to lead from the front. Actually do Primerica. When others see you do it, excuses are eliminated. We heard Jennifer talk about this just a minute ago. When she saw that Renee was actually doing it as a wife and a mom, that eliminated excuses for her. So why should we lead from the front? First of all, to show that it can be done. More action, less talk. We talk a lot, but we're saying nothing. Let's get moving. Why else should we lead from the front? To become something, to build something to which we can be proud of. And I broke proud down. That P stands for purpose. I want to have a purpose in life. This business helps give me additional purpose. I also want to be, it gives me something that I can make a difference. I'm not only having purpose, but I'm responsible for something. I'm responsible for changing the dynamics of my family. I'm responsible for changing my community. I'm responsible for bringing in some income. I'm responsible for helping families create generational wealth. Being proud of it also means I get to be optimistic. I get to see what will be. I'm not stuck at where I am now. There's some place where I'm going in this business. I get to be unstoppable. There are no limits. There's no holds barred in this business. So when I'm leading from the front, I'm having purpose. I'm responsible. I'm optimistic. I'm unstoppable. And I'm also disciplined. I'm intentionally doing what it takes to get the results. This is why I need to lead from the front. I want to be proud of my business. You want to be proud of your business. You want others to see your business and then desire to become a part of your business, whether it's by being a client through the life insurance or the investments, or whether it's coming in and deciding, hey, I want to do that. I want a piece. Y'all see me walking her down? I want to let that little young punk keep being in front of me. Why else should you lead from the front? Hey, I don't know about y'all, but I came to this business to make money. Got on a call with a client last night, new client. She caught me off guard, but Rod and I had just had this conversation, so it was great. She said, look, let me ask you a question. She said, why do you do what you do? I told her, first of all, I do it because I wanted to make some money. Then I went in and I told her, look, I love being able to impact families and make a difference. But the real reason why we all came here was to make some money. That's why we submitted an IBA. You as the leader want to make some money, and then you also want to help your team make some money. I love it when I can go into my daily blast and look and Dolores got a check. I love when I go in my daily blast and I can see that Anika got a check. I like to see other people make money. And when we're leading from the front, it's pushing us to make money as the leader, but it's also pushing our team to make money as well. Carter. Okay, what's the next reason to make sure that you lead from the front? Guys, it motivates others to get moving. It sets the tone for your business, okay? If Leonard had thrown in the towel, if Leonard hadn't kept going, Jennifer would be doing whatever it was. If Stephen hadn't kept doing something in the business, Terry would never be here. It motivates others to get moving, and it sets the tone. Who does it motivate to get moving? Your current teammates. Those people who are already a part of your business, maybe they've been stagnant. Maybe they've had some life things happen. Well, when they see you not quitting as the leader, it lets them know, you know what? I can get through this and I can start again. Every day is a new day. I'm lying. Every moment is a new moment to start again. So 5 minutes ago, man, I wasn't doing anything. But guess what? I can start doing something right now. And then it sets the tone for your new recruits. They get to see what it takes to build the business. But if you're doing nothing, then they think, oh, I just need to do nothing. Guys, the most powerful leadership tool you have is your own personal example, not the example of your upline, not the example of somebody you heard about. You are the most powerful leadership tool, the example that you are setting for your team. So let's go out as leaders. All of you are leaders. All of you are leaders. All of you are leaders. Let's go out as leaders, and let's set the personal example. That is it. Back to LA and Leonard.
Man, that was
Way to go, superstar.
Sorella.
Superstar.
Yeah, you did that.
That was
Yes.
awesome.
Sorella.
That was a great job,
I'm
Sorella.
up next.
Great job.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Absolutely.
All right, I'm actually up next because I have the pleasure of introducing our incredible guest speaker for this morning. Guys, there's no place like Primerica where somebody will make personal sacrifices. It's an hour early in Chicago where she is taking time away from her beautiful family, Janelle, and her incredible daughter Jordan, taking time away from her team on a Saturday morning to share with us. There's no place like Primerica that I know of where that happens. I want to start out by giving you guys that are new to Primerica or don't know a lot about our incredible speaker, I want to show a little video that she did for the company that gives you a little idea of where she came from and what she's been able to accomplish in a short period of time. And of course, she'll tell her story as well. But give me a minute. I'm going to share my screen and let you find out a little bit about her background.
This cannot be what they told us about. This cannot be the good life. I mean, I just left my 5th day of working 7P until 7A. Okay, that's a long shift, doing it over and over and over again. You know, I got to show my family success. I have to show them what it means to not give up. I'm the first one in my family to get a degree, the first one in my family to go ahead and have a real career as an RN. I mean, I'm pregnant. You know, I can't help but think about my baby and what her life should be like. But what kind of life will she have if I'm at work from 7 p.m. until 7 a.m. and she's having to be taken care of by the nanny or the babysitter? Who's going to take care of my child? Right? What kind of life is that? I have to do something different. This is not the good life. It's still hard for me to believe sometimes. I mean, I know I went to school and put in all that work, but it's still hard to believe. You know, I signed up to save lives. I just didn't know I was going to have to stop living my own. So I am so grateful and just so thankful to be in the position that I'm in now, to live a life of freedom, to be able to take care of my baby and spend time with her and to actually sleep at night instead of work at night. So I'm excited about not just changing my life, but being able to bring other people into this business and change theirs as well.
All right, guys, wasn't that phenomenal? And so it is my pleasure to introduce to you guys this morning. We just call her number 103, which means she's the 103rd person in the history of Primerica to earn over $1 million a year in a 12-month period. Historic achievement. She's the second African-American woman to achieve that accomplishment, guys. And she has a history that she made in Primerica the fastest from the day she joined Primerica when she was an RN, pregnant, as you just saw in that video, to the day she became $1 million earner, guys. 6 years, I mean, like almost exactly 6 years. 72 months, she went from starting Primerica to being $1 million earner, and she's already halfway to 2 million, right at $1.5 million, has an incredible hierarchy, is now a published author. The planner that she wrote that she might mention to you guys is already sold out, but I hope she's gonna tell us how we can get on the wait list so we can find out from her how to live our lives by design and not by default. So, Mika, if you will start talking, we will find you and spotlight you. There you are. So, teammates, give it up for y'all. Can unmute yourselves, then refill, right? For the incredible.
Yes.
You go, girl.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, y'all. I love the energy. I definitely appreciate it. Thank you, Renee, for that awesome introduction. That video always gets me, y'all. It takes me back to those RN days. Oh, I know I got some nurses on this Zoom right here this morning, and you understand those long shifts. And one thing I didn't mention in the video was that it was so hard back then because I was working 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. and my fiance was in medical school. He was working from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And so that was the other side of that. Like when I said, who's going to take care of my baby? I really meant it because we were working 24 hours in a day. And so, so thankful that we don't have to deal with that anymore. But I'm going to share my screen with you all, and I'll breeze through the few slides that I have on that because you got the story already, and we'll get right to the nuggets. But let's go ahead. Y'all can see the screen, Renee? Okay, cool. So, all right, so I'm 34 years old, engaged, 6-year-old daughter. I'm actually pregnant again. So I'm 8 months pregnant tomorrow with my second baby girl. And so bringing another one into the family, super excited about that. As you saw, I was a registered nurse before. You learned all about that. I was also a model, you all. I know many people always think like, oh man, I have a passion. You know, you have a passion for something and you feel like you're supposed to go after your passion. Well, I felt like that as well. I went after modeling, went after acting, but nursing was that thing that I knew was going to provide the income and the stability that all of us usually want and we desire. And so I thought that was like the perfect mix of things. But what I realized that even as a model, I wasn't able to control my income. I wasn't able to control my success. There was someone else controlling that for me, telling me I got the job or I didn't get the job, going out on all these auditions. And I did that until I got into Primerica, and it just didn't make any more sense to go on these auditions over and over again. When Primerica, you can get just so much more bang for your buck. So that's what I used to do. What I have realized, you all, is that there were two things that I wanted in life. You know, I did a lot of praying for clarity. One thing that I pray for still to this day, but I pray for so much back in the day, was clarity. I asked God to give me clarity. You know, any of you like searching, you just were searching for that thing. Like, I don't know what it is I want. I don't know what it is I should be doing, but I need a path. I need some clarity, God. What should I be doing? And so I prayed a lot for clarity, and the clarity came to me. He gave it to me. He said, two things that I want: time freedom and financial freedom. And a lot of times we see people who have time freedom, but they don't have any financial freedom. And then you got people who have financial freedom, but they ain't got no time freedom. It's like you get one or the other. And I said, I want both. Okay. I know I'm here, but I know God don't say that I have to be broke. I know God don't say I have to work a job for somebody else for the rest of my life and have no time. I want both. And what I realized is that in Primerica, you can have both. You can have time freedom. You can have financial freedom. And so that became like the goal for me. You know, a lot of times we have a goal to get to district, to get to RVP, to get to whatever level you want to get to. But this was my goal: time freedom, financial freedom. It didn't matter what title or what income level was attached to that, but that's what I'm constantly fighting for. That's time freedom and financial freedom. And so with a goal like that, obviously it makes you continue to move, continue to go. And so a little bit about how I got involved with Primerica is, first, I was cold prospected by a young lady named Tennille Mallard. She is a second generation in this business, and amazing young lady. She was not much, but kind of younger than me. She was living with her parents. I was, working my career, starting a family. I was more experienced in life than she was. But although I was more experienced in life, when she prospected me, I listened. Got her business card, forgot about it. She called me back the next day. I actually let her come over. She did the KT. It was a one-legged appointment. I was just like, no, my fiance's not available. He's busy. He's on his way to be a doctor, And so I'm like, no, he's not available. You can meet with me. And she did it. I did not join her that night, you all. So I want you guys to understand that just because someone tells you they want to do their research, they are skeptical, they don't know. Don't allow that to deter you. Don't allow that to throw you off, because you just never know what's going through that person's head. What was going through my head was, well, how does she know about this? And I've been out here in this thing called life, living this life, and I have never heard of anything like Primerica. I've never heard of any company like this. How does she know about this and I don't? And so I was skeptical. And so I said, I want to do my research, okay? And so it was really just to kind of get her out of my house so I can think on it. I would have probably never joined, never called her back, but she did what she was supposed to do. Before she left my house, she got me committed to coming to the opportunity meeting, which was in a couple days. All right. She made sure I committed to that. I'm a woman of my word. She called me the day before. She called me the day of to remind me. If she would have missed any of those steps, y'all, I would not be here today. Okay. The office was an hour away from my house. I was not going to go. I was going to forget about it. I was busy, right? We all so busy, right? And so luckily she didn't miss any of those steps. I drove that day an hour away to her office, and I sat in the opportunity meeting, sat in the front, took notes, heard from Coach Mallard. And that day I said, man, what do I have to lose? And so I went ahead, got started, paid my little money, got my little life insurance in place that night, and got involved part-time. And so for 4 months, I worked part-time while I kept the job, the RN job. And I say part-time very lightly, because I don't believe that just because you have a job, you have to be part-time. I believe part-time and full-time is more so about a work ethic. It's about a desire. It's about, how much work you're putting in. You can have a job. I got plenty of people who have a job on my team, but they're outproducing people that don't have a job, right? And so although I was part-time, all I mean is that I had a job, but my mindset was always full-time. Once I made that commitment, once any of you make that commitment, why don't you just go all in? Why not, right? And so I decided I'm going to go all in. So the shifts that I worked overnight, guess what? It didn't stop me from going to training an hour away from my job. It didn't stop me from making sure that I got everything that I needed. It didn't stop me from getting people from my side of town to come with me an hour away to go to the opportunity meeting so that I can continue to build my team. It didn't stop me from doing all the things I needed to do. And so 4 months of working part-time, I became a division leader and a field trainer. Then I had to have a baby, right? And so I took off, had my baby, came back, y'all, the whole team quit. I say whole team, but as a division leader, you ain't got a whole team, right? But my few people, they left. They left, and I'm like, oh man, that's crazy. And I had to kind of build it and keep it going and kind of start over. A lot of people, not a lot of people, a few people like, she's not coming back. She had a baby. Y'all know how people, they come in and they leave and they don't come back. They thought that was me, but I'm like, no, I left my job at this point. I am not going back. I talked to Janelle. He's like, well, if you don't want to go back, don't go back. That's all I needed, right? And so I didn't go back. I went full-time in Primerica, worked 11 months full-time, built that team like crazy, built up an exchange. At around month 8, my exchange quit, okay? I don't even talk about this that much. My exchange quit. And so guess what? I had to continue to build it again over the next 3 months, built it, got the exchange back in place. And I was able to go regional vice president. Okay. My exchange now, one is a $100,000 earner and one is a $200,000 earner. So I left a good exchange. So I built it back up real good. Went RVP. Within 3 months, I was making $100,000 a year. Within 6 months, I was making $200,000 a year. 9 months later, $300,000 a year. A year later, $400,000 a year. And then a few months after that, went over $500,000 in income. And that was just at the top of the pandemic, y'all. So time was flying, okay? We were just moving and shaking. And then top of the pandemic, we were at $500,000 a year in income. Pandemic hit, we doubled down. Everybody got focused because guess what? Jobs were being lost. And so the whole team got focused, and we went from $500,000 in income to $1.4 million in income. We'll go over $1.5 million in income this month. And we are super excited about that. Primerica has paid me over $3 million in career cash, y'all. I've only been here 6 years, okay? So one thing I want to always make clear is that you have to understand that it does not have to take forever for you to get to where you want to be, okay? Understand that. I know we hear a lot of stories of like, ups and downs and it got to take forever. But if you make a decision that, hey, let me be the one to tell you, it don't have to take forever. I promise you that. I feel like that's always my job to let you know that you can get it done as fast as you want to get it done if you make the decision to do so. And so I'm going to tell you a few things that we focused on. And we'll kind of go from there. The first thing that I focus on to this day and that we focused on for this track record is becoming a recruiter, right? When I first got involved with Primerica, I was not a recruiter. I don't know if anybody is a natural recruiter, like they just go around recruiting people. I was not a recruiter. I was a person, just like Torella talked about, leading from the front, independent woman. I can do it on my own, right? That was me. That's what I was, right? I was just like that, but not in the way that she spoke about, in the way of like, I don't need anybody else, right? Now, in Primerica, you do need other people. You want to recruit other people. You want to get the mindset of recruiting other people, leading from the front in that sense of making sure that you're getting 3 to 5 directs every single month, making sure you're double-digit recruiting, because as you're doing that, you're going to have other people who come into the business and they do it as well. And so you want to become a recruiter. And so I would definitely say you want to lead from the front in that respect, in that regard. And so recruiting became a lifestyle for us. It became a mentality. It became a mindset. And as Francis Avert always says, recruiting is a mindset. It's not a skill set. And so if you understand that if you want to build a business, if you want to build a legacy business that continues to go even longer than you, then you have to recruit people. You have to show other people how to win in business. And so that's the first step, becoming a recruiter. What we realized is that we were talking sales, or talking recruiting, and teaching sales. And so when I made that tweak of we have to talk recruiting and we have to teach recruiting, when we made that tweak, it made a huge change on our business. And that's how we were able to start to have explosive growth, because everybody was on the same page with recruiting a team. So if you don't have a team, if you're on here, awesome job. But if you're on here by yourself, on the next meeting, you need to make sure that you got people on here with you. Your first goal needs to be, hey, let me get 3 people on with me. Second goal, let me get 10 people on, and then let me get 20. Once you get 20 people on the meeting with you, now you have something that you can really work with. Now you're working your way towards RVP. And so make sure that you are becoming a recruiter. So be a recruiter. Fast start everyone, right? People are like, well, if I start recruiting all these people, well, how can I train all of them? Don't worry, you won't have to, because some of them gonna quit tomorrow. They're gonna quit before you press submit on the IBA, okay? And so understand that, but it's your job to make sure that you get them in, because you have to do what you have to do to make sure that they are exposed to this opportunity. See, I tell my team that people quit everything. People quit school, people quit college, they quit church, they quit jobs, they quit everything. So you better understand that people are going to quit Primerica as well, right? But it's my job to make sure I give you the opportunity. It's my job to make sure I give you a winning example. I show you that I can show you success in this company if you choose so, right? So our goal is to fast start everyone. What does that mean? When I get you in, I need to get a list. I need to get you moving. I need to get you in the field. I need to get you showing up. I need to make sure that I get you in front of my coach, right? I need to make sure I'm doing everything with urgency that I need to do to show you success. So we must fast start everyone. We must not get people into this business and then we don't talk to them for the next 3 days or for the next week. No, we get them in and we get them fast started. We get their orientation done. We get them moving. We set appointments. So everyone must get off to a fast start. And as I tell my team, the first thing that you must do, especially in this Zoom era right now, because I don't know if y'all are still on Zoom. I know y'all are in Georgia, so I know y'all been open, but we are still kind of locked down here. And so, I think I might be the only one locked down here because I'm pregnant, but
we're still on Zoom though.
Okay, y'all still on Zoom. Okay, good. Yeah. So when it comes to Zoom, I'm telling my team to make sure that we get that top 25 list as soon as we recruit the people. However many people y'all get on the list, we get top 25. And if you can't get all 25, you better not leave that Zoom without getting at least 5 to 10 people at the point of contact. As soon as you are recruiting that person, we need you to go ahead and get those names right away. Why? Because it's Zoom. It's not like we're sitting back with the person. We're not in front of the person. And so we have to make sure that we get what we need right there to make that person see success, okay? So let's make sure that we don't forget that. All right, next thing that we focus on are promotions in motion, okay? Promotions in motion. You wanna know how to explode your production? Well, you get everybody focused on promotions. Everybody going for district if they're not district. Everybody going for field trainer if they're not a field trainer. Everybody going for division, regional, and RVP if they're not there yet. So promotions in motion, right? That's how you explode your production. You're like, oh man, I need some production. I need some movement. Well, production, what promotions is your team going for, right? Identify that for each person and make sure that they know exactly what they have to do to get it done. There are 3 promotions that we focus on. The 3 promotions that we mainly focus on: first, district leader. We want to obviously make sure that people go to district leader, okay? Why would you come into this business and you can make 50%? That's double what you make when you first come in. Why would you come into this business and not go for that contract level? So for those of you who are not district leaders, you need to make sure you're asking your coach or your upline, your field trainer, hey, what do I have to do to become a district leader? Because that's where it starts for you in the base shop, becoming a district. The next promotion that we talk about is field trainer, right? And whatever you have to do to start helping your team field train people, ask your coach, hey coach, what do I have to do to help field train? Tell me exactly what I have to do, and then you go get it done. I tell my team, hey, field trainer is the best paid position below RVP, right? Because why? Because you're training people. You're now in their market, right? Sorella knows 100 to 1,000 people that I know, that I don't know. Rod knows 100 to 1,000 people I don't know. Renee knows 100 to 1,000 people that I don't know. Now that's an extra 300 to 3,000 people that I'm going to be able to be exposed to be able to train, that I don't have to go and find myself. Right? See, a lot of times we come into this business and we think, oh, we got to go and find everybody. No, what do we talk about? 3 to get 3 to get 3 to get 3. If everybody knows 3, we can multiply. And now we have all of those people fighting, then we're going to definitely do some big things. So as a field trainer, you have the power to go ahead and multiply your team just like that. And so the third promotion that we talk about is regional vice president. Okay, regional vice president is where it starts. Y'all remember I talked about the time freedom and the financial freedom? Well, it starts at regional vice president. If you really want financial freedom and time freedom, that's where it starts. And see, that's really what I wanted to get to. I had to get to that RVP contract because I knew for a fact that in order for me to hit those 2 goals, in order for me to get to those 2 goals, I had to make sure that I got to regional vice president. All right. It's 110% contract, and it's the contract that's going to allow you to have the freedom that we all want. So I encourage you to fight for that. Do what you have to do. Hey, coach, what do I have to do to become a regional vice president? But listen, if you are, a district leader, you might want to ask how to get to field trainer first and then start asking how to get to RVP. I believe the people who go RVP are the ones who go field trainer, because RVPs, we're just highly paid field trainers. That's all we are. We have a higher contract level, but we're doing the same thing as a field trainer. So man, promotions in motion is the key. Let's make sure that we are fighting like crazy for that as well. And then codes, right? Listen, you are not a real agent until you have a code, until you have a license. And so look, all of those things I just talked about, recruiting, fast starting, promotions, we want you to get those things going first, right? And as you're getting those things going, we want you to get that license as well, right? It's not, oh, I'm going to sit around and just get my license. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying get moving, learn the business, get going in the business, get promoted, get some money banked, and get that license as well, right? You got to do both at the same time, but you want to get the license to make sure that you understand that you are official in this business, that you understand that that's a license that you can keep forever. We have people in this business that are not really working the business, but they might put in a life insurance application here and there, right? And so as leaders, for those of you who are leaders on this call, you want to get your teammates licensed, because you never know what they are going to do and when they're going to do it, when they're going to come across people who need what we do. People are dying all the time, y'all. People are retiring all the time. People need financial education, and we're able to give that to them. And so get your people licensed. If you're licensed, awesome. If you're not licensed, get it done this month. Go get it done, right? It's one test. It does not take long to get licensed either. So don't overthink the licensing process. Go get the job done to make yourself official in this business. Now, I have a few major tips for you all that I think that can never be said too many times. It doesn't matter if you are new or if you are a veteran in this business, we all must remain coachable. Okay. Yes, as a $1.4 million earner, building my hierarchy as a national sales director, I am still coachable to my uplines, Coach Mallett and Coach Evans. I am still coachable to them. They call a play, I'm going to run that play. Why? Because they know way more about this business than I do. They've been in this business way longer. And also because I have respect for them, right? And so you want to make sure that you are coachable. See, when I came into the business, I was coachable to Tennille. Oh yeah, I was a registered nurse. I had a family. I was living on my own. Oh, she was young. She hadn't started building a family, living with her parents. Oh, it doesn't matter. She'd been in Primerica way longer than me, and she knew how to do this business. I did not. And so that way, therefore, I was coachable to her, right? So it does not matter if you're older than your downline, if you're or your field trainer. It doesn't matter if you're more experienced, if you think you know it all. None of that matters. If you know a lot, if you're super smart, it does not matter. Whoever the person is that's training you, your coaches trust them to be a trainer. So you want to be coachable to them. So be coachable if you want to move faster in this business. I promise you. Also show up to everything. So awesome job to those of you who are on this Zoom, right? It may be one thing that I say that may be like, oh man, that was a light bulb moment for me. I can put that into my business and really, really move some things, right? But it may be next week when you all have a meeting. It may be one thing that one of the regional leaders on this team says that may be the light bulb that you need to move your business forward as well. So you have to show up to everything because you never know what that one thing will be. And so even though a lot of times we have these meetings, we're like, okay, I heard that before. I know for me, I was like, they're saying all the same things at these meetings. Like everybody's saying the same thing. What's going on? What I realized, y'all, is that a lot of people were not doing the things that they were hearing. So although we hear the same thing over and over, show up, be coachable, fast start, all this stuff, right? We'll go do it. And then we won't keep saying it, right? So you got to go out and do it. And I realized that a lot of people were not doing it. And so make sure that if you've heard me say something twice today, if you've heard me say something that you've heard Coach Renee say or Coach Rod say, if you've heard them say it before, you want to say, okay, I've heard my coaches say that. Okay. Mika just said it too. Okay. Let me write that down. Maybe I should start doing it. Okay. And so make sure you're doing that as well. So show up to everything. Move with urgency, meaning, listen, y'all, we ain't got all day for this thing. Look, one eye opener for all of us should be this pandemic that has happened, right? This should make you move with urgency like no other. I am so happy that I paid the price for those years to get to the point of while we hit a pandemic, I was in a position where I didn't have to stress out about work, where I didn't have to stress out about money, where I didn't have to worry about that. We were so unstressed about it. My fiance is now a doctor. He hasn't been back to work since the pandemic started, right? That's how blessed this company has allowed us to be. As a physician, he hasn't had to go into work. We can be safe in our home with our baby on the way. Because why? We chose to make sure we sold out to this deal, that we move with urgency, that we didn't take all day to think like, oh, we got this thing, it's going to be here. Primerica's going to be here. Yeah, Primerica's going to be here. But where are you going to be in this business, right? You got to move this thing forward and move with urgency. You never know what this world is going to bring. And so let's make sure that we move with urgency. Let's fight for everything. I always tell people that, you know, it doesn't matter if it's a paperclip, a t-shirt, a pen, a trip. It does not matter what it is that your coaches have on the table or that the company has on the table. iPads this month, right? It does not matter what it is. You should be fighting for everything, because fighting for everything is a mentality. We have this hashtag win everything on our hierarchy, win everything. Anything we put on the table, you should be winning it. Why? Because it's a mentality. Because if you say, okay, I'll fight hard for a trip to Florida, but I'm not going to fight hard for the iPad. Now you're picking and choosing. And now it's the mentality where you don't have a winning mentality. And we want you to develop a winning mentality where it does not matter what it is. It does not matter what you're fighting for, because at the end of the day, we're all fighting for freedom for our families, right? At the end of the day, we want to have that freedom and we want to build that legacy business that's going to live longer than we can, right? And so we want to make sure that we have that mentality of fighting for everything and winning everything. All right, so let's make sure that we build that. And then the last thing, y'all, you got to stay excited. Okay, stay excited. We say the most excited person in the room makes the most money. Okay. And so if you are excited, you're going to make some money because now you're going to attract more and more people to your team. And also you're going to attract more and more people to your life. And so that's really important because your team, they're going to do what you do. And if you're not excited, you kind of just, I'm here, I'm just kind of here and just showing up and not really excited. That's how your team's going to be. Your team will reflect you. And so you got to get pumped up, get excited about this deal. I know Renee is always pumped up and excited. And so if you see your coach, she's excited, then you better get excited as well, right? How's she making the most money? But then you over here as a district leader, you ain't excited. Why you ain't excited? You got the opportunity of a lifetime. And so you better get excited. And that's something that we practice. And my team, when we're in the basement, we're training, we practice excitement. I get up, we'll get excited for a good 5 minutes. I play the music, we're going to dance, we're going to clap, we're going to jump. We're going to show y'all how to be excited up in here, okay? And so you better get excited if you need to practice. I know we on Zoom, we're not really going to trainings and stuff like that. But listen, if you got to get excited in your house with your family, with your kids, and you need to practice, let's go ahead and practice that. But get excited because, man, that excitement, that attitude, man, it's contagious. And we want more and more people to be just like that. And so as I close down here, you all, I'm going to just show you about life right now real quick. And so life right now, y'all, 6 years in, just 6 years in, okay? Just 6 years in. And I know y'all are in Georgia, so y'all got
wow.
Stuff. But in Chicago, we don't have homes like this very often. And so I was able to buy this home just right at the top of the pandemic. And beautiful home. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I'm super happy about that. So those are a few pictures. Over 1,000 licensed agents. I told you guys I left my job, but I also fired my mom's boss, right? Some of you all want to free your parents. Well, I freed my mom. She doesn't have to worry about a job. She was my nanny for the first period of the business. I actually fired her boss when I was a division leader, y'all. Right? Because you can make money at any level here. It's not about the level, it's about your work ethic. And if you're willing to put in the work, you can make money. So I have to make sure I pay my bills, but also pay her bills. So she still gets a salary to this day, and she's no longer my nanny because I have the time freedom to be my own daggone nanny, right? And so fire my mom's boss, purchase the dream car, dream home, 100,000 in override income. So now I'm not even selling it on there, y'all, because I made 150,000 in income last month, and I only wrote, I think, 3,000 in personal premium just because it fell in my lap. Okay, and so I'll make over 160,000 in override income this month, y'all. And so, man, understand that my income is there. Save and invest 80% of my income. Think about that. 80%. If you make 100 grand, 80,000 going straight to investments. Right, 20,000 paying for every 1,000 going straight to investments. Would you like that? Right?
Yes.
Hell yes.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yes. That's free, right? I know some of y'all got student loans. Well, I had Sally Mae on my back. I had credit card loans. I had 80,000 in student loan debt from nursing. I had 30,000 in credit card debt from just having credit card debt. Didn't know how I was going to pay it off. I was in a debt cycle. Got into Primerica, made enough money, paid all of that off. I'm not waiting on Biden to take care of the student loans. I'm not waiting on the government to do anything for me because I got Primerica. Right. And so Primerica has allowed me to do just that. And the last thing you are is Primerica will allow me to have options, and it will allow you to have options as well. The option to do whatever it is that you want to do, right? To be wherever you want to be when you want to be there. And so that's what I love about the company. That's what I love about the business. That's what I love about my life now. And I am so thankful. And I do want to say thank you to Renee as well. Renee is someone that I look up to, someone that I love to hear speak, that has definitely paved the way and that I just admire with what you do with the AALC. So thank you so much for inviting me to speak to your team. It's definitely fun. Thank you so much, Renee.
Mika, that
was what?
Oh my God.
You on fire.
Yes.
Good job.
Yes.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was
Man, what I love about you being able to give us 30 minutes, you were able to share parts of your story that you can't do in 8 minutes, right? And man, to sell the dream of how you changed your life, to have a doctor that doesn't have to do doctoring, right? Middle of a daggone pandemic because he partnered with you and supported you to build this business, man. That that's what Primerica is all about. You just gave a textbook lesson on partnership, on leadership. I love and RVPs. I know I heard this and I know you heard it. I just want to reiterate it. Don't talk recruiting and teach sales. Don't talk recruiting and teach selling, right? Mika, you said you got to talk recruiting and teach recruiting, man. That's a game changer. That is a game changer right there. And all your points, fast start, everyone, promotions in motion. I love it. District field trainer, RVP. And then the daggum dream of investing $80,000 a month. Man, you have blessed us this morning. I appreciate you, sis. I know you have other things that you got to go do. Tell Janelle I said hi. We're praying for God to just put his covering over you in your pregnancy, to bless you from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet, keep you and your 100% safe. We're visualizing a perfectly healthy birth and delivery of a perfectly healthy baby. And we can't wait to see you in live and in person sometime soon. So guys, y'all got to unmute one more time and give it up for
Great job, great job, sis.
It's amazing.
Yes.
So
That was
inspiring.
a great job, dadgummit.
So inspiring.
Thank you so much.
Ask me about the planners. I'll put the website in the chat. They are sold out.
Right.
But I'm gonna reorder because people are asking. So I'll just put that information in the chat, okay?
Hey, I pre-ordered mine and I can't wait. I can't wait.
So, so Mika, that's great. But you want to just take a minute and just tell people what it is? I know everybody's gonna want it.
Yeah, for sure. So I have mine right here. So it's just
let me spotlight you again. 1 second.
Mm-hmm. So can y'all see? So this is the planner, the Prosperous Planner. It's a 90-day planner. It's Manifest Your Life. So basically what I did was I took the system that I have been using for my life, for my day, and I put it in a book. I have been training my team on it for a while, and I'm like, maybe other people could use this. And so it's a 90-day daily planner where it's specific towards you getting to a goal. So let's say you're at district now and you're like, in the next 90 days, I want to be a regional vice president. And I really want to focus in on this goal, right? If that's what you want to do, we have a system here, morning routine, and also an hour by hour layout for you to really map out your day every hour. When you map out your day hour by hour, you all, it's a game changer because now you start to see where you thought you were busy, but you're really not. Where you thought, oh, I did so much, but man, all these hours I had open and I didn't do anything. And so this hour by hour plan allows you to really see your day and plan your day like the day before. So now every night you do this plan so you know exactly what you have to do tomorrow, and then you can fill in the gaps. So wherever there are gaps, you can fill those in. But it also maps out a morning routine called the VAMP process, which is explained in the book. It kind of shows you what I do in the morning, but also what you can do to make sure that you are grounded in your day and that you can go ahead and get your day started the right way. So there's a live for like an hour on my Instagram page that you can listen to. It was like maybe a week ago that I did. We sold out the first day of actual sales. It was 1 week of pre-orders and 1 day of sales. We sold out. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'll order some more. I wasn't gonna at first, but I will.
Well, I think you're gonna get 90 new orders just from this Zoom. So
it's sold out. So go to the website and just join the mailing list so that I can email everybody when we have more, because since it's sold out. So
thank you so much, Mika. Appreciate you so much. I love you and can't wait to see you soon. Stay healthy. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, guys, was that phenomenal? Wow. All right, I'm gonna turn it back over to our MCs, but man, I'm full and excited and pumped up, man. The order information is in the chat. Mika put it in the chat, and I will also put it in band. One of our RVPs will put it in the hierarchy band as well. It's about supporting her, but guys, it's really about supporting us, right? You know, she's making, $160,000 a month. She ain't making her money from selling no daggone planners. And so her selling those planners is about showing other people how to do what she is doing. So I would definitely highly recommend 100% of us on here that we order that. So whoever's next up, I'm going to turn it back over to our MCs.
All right, thank you. And thank you again, Mika, for that awesome nugget, man. map out your day hour by hour. That last one just, woo, you just made me guilty. But all right, up next is our future RVP spotlight, man. We got the Dennersons, Miss Trinette from the 3D Hunters, man. When you talk about having an empire state of mind, how does she say it? Baby, baby. I'm so excited to hear her speak. She believes in double digit everything. So Miss Trinette, tell them what it's all about.
Wow. Y'all get the awesome opportunity to follow Mika Saunders. How about that? I'm so pumped and excited though. Man, that was phenomenal. Oh my goodness. All I can do is really say how much I thank God and appreciate the opportunity. But I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen because honestly and truly, I get to speak, but it's not about me, honestly, as much as it is about our team. And I am elated that we are that team. Uh-oh, 1 second, y'all. Give me a sec.
It's
okay.
coming. It says,
yeah, it's coming. It says that I'm trying to share.
It says you started sharing your screen, but it's black.
Can you see it now?
No, it just says whatever you're sharing, it's just sharing a black screen.
Okay, give me 1 second, please. Thank you.
Okay.
My apologies. Let's see.
Okay, now we see the headhunter and headhuntress. Okay, there you go.
Okay. All right. How about now?
Yes.
All right. Well, honestly, guys, full speed ahead, right? 3D Hunters. It's a team effort. I'm so excited about our team coming together, the synergy, just what we've been able to do. And if you could just look straight ahead, that's straight now, right? And to take a second and envision where you're headed, right? It's so exciting, guys. I mean, I'm just excited, eager, excited, energized, and just thankful to God. Okay, how we do it, 10-10 wins. Everybody knows that, right? Let me just say, I have an angel named Inez Daily Knights, who's a district leader on our team, and sent me this again on April 19th, as you can see, 10-10 wins. Everybody knows that's how I feel. Can you see the hands on the clock? It's 10-10. That's what's to come. That's what we excited about. What's to come, the future, and doing double digiting is it. Y'all know always we talked about 10-10 wins, right? So I'm gonna show you what I've come up with in reference to multiples of 10. If you're taking notes, guys, we are gonna explode together, right? So what I do here? I'm thinking about each recruit and selling them on 10. If you want to win, you got to focus on 10. We know what the promotion guidelines are for, like Mika said, going to district leader. And then we want to be, honestly and truly, a trainer, right? And then RVP, one more step to go. And I'm believing it. It is here now, and we're doing it, right? So everybody needs 10. You come in, Lakivia needs 10. Kevin needs 10, Nigel needs 10, Dana needs 10, Deborah needs 10, Carla, and then Mallory needs 10. But here it is in action. Oops, excuse me, guys. Right here with Norma Amadeo Hood. I recruited Paula for her and drove through, got Paula, Beverly, and Mark, and Katrina, and did Paula, Jillian, Karen, and Carmen. Norma needed one more to get to 10. And then we got Dwight, which gave her 10 in her first 90 days, and her getting licensed and 2 promotions and a licensed representative. So just excited about how we can get everybody sold on 10. And we're gonna have more than 3 double-digit recruiting teams when everybody is sold on 10. 10-10 wins, baby, 10-10 wins. And how are we doing it? We got higher thoughts, right? Vibrations, higher joy, elevation, higher thoughts, higher energies, higher vibrations, higher frequencies, higher dimensions, higher experiences, and most of all, higher productivity. Why? Tuned in, tapped in, turned on to the source of success. Infinite love the infinite love of God, and knowing beyond a shadow of a doubt that it's doneable. Okay, doneable. So nice, we did it twice. Bringing it home, run, right? We on this 90-day run. Harriet Tubman is like my shero, right? She said, if you hear the dogs, what you gonna do? Keep going. If you see the torches in the woods, keep going. If there's shouting after you, keep going. Don't ever stop, keep going. If you want a taste of freedom, what you gotta do, TMM?
Keep going.
All right, keep going.
And guess what? While we going, it's time to pick up the pace, baby. That's the cheetah, baby, the fastest on land. Okay, it's time to pick up the pace. What we gonna do? Defeat fear. Take courage. Fight for your family and goals and dreams. Oh, that's the headhunters right there, y'all. Okay. This is the Millionaire Movement. And I'm so excited because the train has left the station. We're picking up steam. Y'all excited? I'm excited. I am so pumped up and excited. Sometimes I feel like I could spontaneously combust. And 3D Hunters, and I love, I don't know if Pastor William Page is on there, but nobody says it better. Maybe me. 3D Hunters. What we doing by inheriting God's grace and what heightened work? Big O. So when you hear us holler that, you know what we shouting about. Baby, we be victory. What? You heard? Dynamic, divine, diamond, hunters. Let it rain. Let the showers rain. That's all I got right now.
Woo!
3D Hunters!
Big O!
All right, big up.
Victory!
That's my baby.
Baby. That's my husband.
Baby.
Great job, Shernette. Absolutely phenomenal job, man. You always come with that energy, with that passion. And so that was definitely great. Congratulations on the success of the 3D Hunters team, right? And hey, is somebody gonna come and compete with those 3D Hunters, right? We need some other RVP teams, and below RVP teams to step up and compete with the 3D Hunters, man. They've been carrying the torch. So in case you wonder, who are you chasing? You chasing the 3D Hunters, all right? So let's just make that clear. All right, guys. So this portion of the segment that we're gonna have today, we are fortunate enough to have such support from our home office. You know, our motto is, part selling. We gotta sell and go out and do that. We got a network marketing and recruiting side, but man, we have a corporate partner that makes this a franchise type business because we have a company with resources behind us to be able to make sure that we can survive and that we can thrive, to get ahead. And so we're going to introduce Jorge Haribe. He's a regional sales manager covering the Southeast. He's coming in with a real strong background in team training and development. That is really his background. He's here to support us in the growth of our life insurance business, right? And so we haven't always had that. This is an initiative that the company is real serious about, us having someone to actually help us grow our life insurance production. I mean, he's a great guy. I've gotten a chance to speak to him. He's just so encouraging, and he is, 100% here for us. And so without further ado, let's welcome Jorge Haribe.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Talk about an intro. I really appreciate you guys having me in here. Renee, thank you again for giving me the opportunity to come on this morning and speak to your team about everything we have and how I can help here. So I want to share just overall what we have and what's going on with this regional sales manager team, right? So like we said, we've never had an actual team before that can actually help our live side of the business. So talk about our bread and butter here in the company, right? What we have, what we're using, and our product that we push out there in the field, that we didn't have a direct team that can actually support that. So this is what we're putting out there now. You guys have probably heard of big names like Steve Madison out there, David Bride from the home office. They've been in the background helping out with different things in the past. But going forward, we have a new team in place, right? Now we're covering the whole United States. So wherever you're based off of, your RVP's based off of, that's where it's going to be the RSM that you work with. So we have RSMs all over the country, all over different territories. So we have something that be helping out all our RVPs and up on that as we continue to grow in your team. So for my side of it, though, we're coming in, and I'm coming in with Georgia, Florida, and Puerto Rico. So if you fall in any of those states, your RVP falls in any of those states, that's the guy. So again, I have people that I work with in North Carolina all over, but it really just depends where your actual RVP is based off of. And that's what's going to continue or focus on how we're going to reach out to which RSM. So again, if you have any questions, this is my contact info. That takes you to my office, my cell phone, my email. Please jot it down, get some information. If you ever have any questions or need any help with anything, there, it's always there to contact me. So I'm always trying to keep myself available, be a resource to everybody in any way that I can help out on your life side. So going into the point of what we're going to be doing here as the life sales managers here, our mission overall here is just to help support the growth of your life insurance business. And I got to hear Mika over there. I see you guys are all fired up for everything that's going to be coming and all the energy you're bringing to this team. So again, I'm just here to add that extra tenfold support, right? Just to let you know that you have more guidance on top of that from the home office to let you know we want you to be as successful as possible. By making sure we're growing your success, supporting your success in this company, we're making sure that we're getting that mission that we got for the company, right? Primerica's mission is to help families, to make sure they're becoming properly protected and financially independent. So this is our goal. So just knowing that you have that additional support is what's going to be good. It's going to be crucial for you to know as you're going through your success here with us. So that's pretty much what we're pushing out there. And in different ways that I'm going to help out. I'm based here in Georgia with most of you guys out here. I'm based here at Atlanta, so I live out here in Brookhaven. So again, I'm looking forward to meeting out everybody one day once we get out of the virtual world. But until then, we have this wonderful Zoom. So honestly, I don't know about you guys. I do enjoy the Zoom process of it. I have meetings days, trainings days, I have to all packed up on my day, but I can do what I would do in a week worth of training, pack it into one day. I can be in Georgia 1 hour. I can be in Puerto Rico in the next. I can be Florida, top, south, Miami, to anywhere where I want to be with just with the virtual experience and still drive what my message is, right? Still drive the training that you guys are looking for, getting the message across to make sure you guys are being supported. So this is pretty much where we're putting, right? Making sure you guys are getting all the information you can and supporting the growth of that base shop to make sure you guys are being as successful as possible. And look forward to bringing in different types of trainings that I can help. Like I said, this is just a small list. I literally can work with RVPs and everyone just to cater a training to you guys, exactly what you guys are looking for, where it's going to be competitor products, or you guys want to follow up with quality business, recruiting information you guys want to do. I mean, heck, I don't know if I can live up to Mika, but I can definitely make sure I can bring some great information to the team. You guys can find some success on it, bring you guys new products, making sure our existing products you have all the information on. So again, that's going to be my thing there, making sure that when you have a conversation with a client, you feel as comfortable talking to that client as possible because you have the knowledge of the product that you're putting out there, right? You have the knowledge, you're their financial expert, right? They're coming to you, you're going to them to making sure you're offering the best product that we can. And that's what I want to make sure that you guys are out there doing. And if you guys have anything or need any of that training, and that's what's going to be coming in, especially on the life support, right? On the life application support, turning into policies. And that goes a really broad statement. But if you're having issues getting information on a policy, getting an update on a policy, or say, Jorge, it's a month in, man, I really want to make sure I push this policy through. How can you help me? Give me a call. Let's set up something, see I can review it, make sure I can push it through as much as possible. I'm going to be honest and say can't guarantee all of them, but I'm going to make sure I do my best to make sure I can push all those policies through. If you're saying, look, I sent this in for reconsideration, what can you do to look into it? Let me look into it. Let me review with the department. I got a couple connections up there underwriting, and so making sure I can help push what I can. So, but again, that's what I'm agreeing with. So I'm a resource, I'm a tool, I'm another tool in your toolbox that you can kind of reach out to and get that support. Making sure, when it comes to even office managers, making sure your new RVP, right? You want to make sure you're really getting the new business because there's going to be tons of promotions in this group. So I want to make sure that as those promotions continue, you guys know the next step of that role, right? Make sure you're following all the steps. You have great leadership here. And like I said, I just want to add to that concept as well. So on that side of it, value added support, we're going to make sure that I bring you guys all the updates. You guys know we have some big changes coming to our term product here in the next month. So I want to make sure you guys all know those changes coming up and all our future changes coming up to anything and later on, right? So that's what I'm bringing all that information. Contest recognitions are going to be my favorite to make sure I bring out there to make sure I can give you guys all that one-on-one attention once we can start focusing, or where we decide to do it in Zoom. I want to make sure we get out there and about. So making sure I just bring you guys the most value that I can, making sure we're pushing Primerica's best practice, and you guys have that connection to the home office. You have that liaison that can help you at any step of the way on your life side of the business. So just make sure you consider me as a resource. You consider me as another set of hands that can help you through this business at any way that I can. So thank you again for giving me a little bit of time today. I just want to go ahead and introduce myself. Look forward to coming back. I'll throw my information on the screen one more time. Again, look forward to coming back and offering you guys any assistance. And please reach out if you guys have any questions or need anything from me. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Jorge.
Thank you, Jorge, man. That was phenomenal. We appreciate you being a resource, guys. But how many of you know that you have to have an I'll be back type of spirit, right? And there's nobody else better than Mr. Torrey Hunter himself, Regional Vice President, six-figure earner, the leader of the Terminators, on his way, he and his wife, Natasha, to being over 200,000 on the AALC. Super excited to have him. Torrey, tell him how you're going to be back and tell us what we need to do. Leader of the Terminators, Torrey Hunter.
Torrey.
Well, all right. I definitely appreciate that. Thank you so very much. Let me go ahead and get my screen going. You know, we got to get this thing started, and you know how I got to get it started, right?
Get them started, Torrey.
Oh, wait a minute. It's going too fast.
All right.
We want all the smoke. 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 We want all the smoke. Don't get scared now. Smoke.
Hook us up, Torrey. Hook us up.
All right, Torrey.
Smoke. Let's go.
Smoke. So keep that same energy. Yeah. I'm looking on my enemy. Yeah.
All right. So listen, we talking about what does it take to become a builder. And so the first thing you got to do is just ask yourself a couple of questions, because listen, guys, I'm really glad I got this topic, because it is something that I think is perplexing a lot of us as we venture through this process to get to whatever it is that we're trying to achieve. And you hear it all the time that you should be a builder, recruit, be a builder. Well, what is a builder? Recruit to build. But a lot of times you really still don't have any clarity. And so hopefully I'm going to give you a few things that's going to help with that clarity that can also unclog you and get you moving and get you going. Okay. So let's take a look at it. So first off, what is a builder? So a builder is a person who dares to take on the daunting task of first self-development in order to become a leader for the sole purpose of leading and developing other people through Primerica's business cycle. Now I'm going to show you what that cycle is a little bit later. But you do all that in order to build a business that will generate income without you. So we know the 4 ways that we're looking at earning income, and everybody chooses the right side. But we get lost in the shuffle, and Mika pretty much talked about a little bit, pretty much what it is that the crux of what we're going to talk about here, as well too, about your mentality. Because what does that look like? What does being a builder actually look like? Okay, so, oh, wait a minute. Going too fast. Oh, goodness. All right. Sorry about that. So what does a builder look like? All right. So first off, you need to make sure that you have your mental in place, the right mental. Okay. And Mika pretty much talked about it. First thing is you got to recruit with the purpose of building a business. Now, I know that sounds very cliche, but it is very important that we get down to exactly what that means. Okay, recruiting with the purpose to build a business, because everybody joined this business with the idea of making money, but also to make the money without having to do the work. However, what happens is when you recruit the person, you forget all about that and you jump straight into trying to be a salesperson. And so we got to make sure that we're changing the way that we think about recruiting in this business from that standpoint. So what does that mean? It's about your vision. How do you see this process? Do you see this process through the lens? And Gary Cornegay talks about it all the time. He says that there's two different types of Primerica. So when somebody talks to him and he's talking to someone and then they say, oh, you're talking about, you want me to sell life insurance. And he says, oh, you're talking about our sales company. No, I'm talking about our business management company. And so I'm looking for something a little bit different. I'm not looking for the salesperson. Well, the other person is kind of confused because they don't understand what he's talking about, but it sounds like it's something different. What it actually is, it depends on your actual intent. So when you come into this business, are you coming into this business to just make a sale? Or are you coming into this business to actually find somebody who you can build and mold and bring up through the business to become a manager in the business? And that's where you become a district leader. That's where you become a field trainer. And then those people eventually become regional vice presidents, just like Mika Saunders talked about. And so just like she actually said, which is the crux of what we'll talk about here, when you come into this business, you got to make sure that you're thinking about recruiting and building a business and not coming in and thinking about trying to just make a sale. So we talk about recruiting, but then we go ahead and we teach sales. All right, so what's an example of that? Okay, so you've heard of shoot for the recruit and land on a sale. I've heard that a ton of times, but every time I've heard it, I've always been confused. It sounds to me that I'm supposed to go and just only talk about recruiting and the business. That's it, just recruiting. And if I just talk about recruiting, I'm going to spend about 30, 40, 50 an hour with this person talking about why they should join the business as I try to overcome all their objections, and then try to switch to trying to make a sale at the end. And by that time, you've lost the person. That is typically the cycle mode that I definitely was looking at it. And what I saw was when I went down that road, I wound up not getting either one. I wound up not getting the recruit, and I wound up not getting the daggone sale. So what has changed? Well, what has changed, first off, the whole system that we're using. I don't know if anybody's using that actual video now, right? I don't know if anybody's using that video. The video system that we send out, that's 18 minutes, it is a genius production. Why? Because it's professional. It does a perfect presentation every single time. But what does it do? It encapsulates what we do as a business, educating people about money management, things of that nature. And it also talks about our business at the same time, and it presents it in a very professional manner. Now, once you get through the end, you're going to ask the person what interests you the most, and they're going to tell you what sticks out to them. 25% of them are going to say, hey, I like the business thing you just talked about. Half of them are going to say, or more, are going to say, I want to learn more about basically learning how to get my finances in order. What I need you to understand is it does not matter which one they say, we're going to do both. They might not all happen right away and at the same time. Here's my example. So you want to review everybody as a recruit. Everyone is a recruit, everyone is a doorway to a recruit, and everyone is a future recruit that also includes your client. So here is the example that I'm talking about. Shoot for the recruit, land on the sale. So this right here is an example that actually has happened since January with myself and my base shop. So I did a financial workshop 6 years ago. Now, remember that, 6 years ago. I went back through my numbers, okay, calling people, connecting with people who I never talked to before or who I did speak to previously. I sat down with a young lady, showed her the presentation. She said, you know what, that looks good. I like the income part. However, I think I want to get my finances in order. No problem. Let's go ahead and get your finances in order. We continue the conversation because in my mind, you're still going to be a recruit. You're not a recruit right now because of the way you're talking or you don't know it yet, but I'm going to come back around to making sure I have a mindset of building because I need to recruit you into my business because I don't want to just do a sale. If I do a sale, then tomorrow, guess what I got to do? Do a sale. Now, it's good to get paid, but if I do a sale tomorrow, I got to do another sale. But if I can get you recruited to this business, then I can sell you on how to change your life by becoming to a manager and building a business, you might want to stick around. And so that's what I did with her. She joined the business. Now, when she joined the business, she did like most people do. They join the business, you get a list from them. She introduced me to all her people. I started calling the list with her, and then she disappeared, right? That's what happened. But from that, what happened? I got a sale. So I shot for the recruit, and from her list, she quit, but I got a sale. Not only did I get a sale from somebody she referred me to, I came back around and got a sale from her as well, too. And later on, another person on her list gave me another sale. That was an investment sale. So I got 3 sales. Shot for the recruit, went for the sale. From her list, I recruited somebody else. From that person referred me to some people. And I'm trying to build this person, show this person the business, keep them going. They decided to waffle a little bit. You know how some people got 1 foot in, 1 foot out? But from that, what happened? Not only did I get 1 sale, I got 3 more sales. I got some investments. I got some more life insurance all down the road. Why? Because I'm going for the recruit. Now, guess what? These people who I'm doing sales with, in my mind, they are future recruits. And what did I talk to them about? Joining the business. They didn't see that right now. That's okay. I'm going to circle back around to them, and they're going to join the business because I will never, ever look at them as just a client. They're going to be a client for now, but they're also going to be my future recruit. That's because of my mindset. And then I got another recruit from that same person. And from that person, got another sale as well, too, walking through this recruit, trying to get them to see the business, working to build them through the business, going through the cycles. You know, everybody's not tough to make it through. Everybody's not tough enough to make it through, but you need to understand that that is where you're headed. It has to be the way that you're actually thinking. And then from that, I got another recruit. And guess what I'm going to do with that person? I'm going to walk them through the cycle. What does that cycle look like? You got to build endurance because they say you got to stay in business long enough or you got to stay in business long enough to build a business, right? So you have to build endurance yourself. And then you have to turn around and give that energy of endurance to your person, but they need to see what the sales cycle is. This is the business cycle of Primerica from my vantage point. You start with the IBA up at the top. You get prospects and names. You set appointments. You do field training. You recruit. You try to build a team. You do premium. You get the person's license. And at some point in there, they quit. If they last that long, then maybe they will earn the field training bonus or they become a district promotion, and then they may quit. Or then they get their Series 6 or SIE, but they don't get the 6, they don't get the 63, and then they quit. If they were working to get them full time. So listen, this is the whole cycle. People are quitting all along the way, but you got to first get yourself through this cycle all the way to RVP and being successful, but making sure you have in your mind that you're going to build a business every time that you look at somebody. They are a future RVP in your mind. Even your clients are future RVPs. They are people that you're going to recruit and bring into your business in order to build your business because you want to make sure that you have a business and not just getting a sale. So I have a challenge for you guys because this is what has helped me. When I changed the way that I looked at recruits and clients, they're all recruits. They're all recruits. My current recruits, my clients, my previous recruits who quit, all of them are recruits, future, past, present. I challenge you to write down all your previous recruits that you've ever done in Primerica. Just get a long list, write them all down. I challenge you to write down all of your clients who you went and gone and seen over the years. And you're going to go back to these clients and go back to these recruits, and you're going to have a conversation with them. You're going to reintroduce yourself to them. You're going to reintroduce the business with them, and you're going to have this new conversation with them because you're changing the way you're thinking about how you look at them. If you can't get a client and then just treat them just like a client is a future recruit, or they can put you through a doorway to another recruit the same way a recruit can. So that is how I see having a builder's mindset. Everybody is a recruit. You must recruit, and you land and you fall on a sale, but it's all about your intention. All right. So guys, that's what I have. That's all I got. And I hope that helps somebody. Thank you.
Coach Hunter.
Tori.
Good stuff, Tori.
Way to go, Tori. That was on fire.
That was absolutely incredible, Tori Hunter. Absolutely, man. Those are some nuggets, man. He gave you some game right there. Understanding the game, because a lot of times if you don't understand that, you might get frustrated, you might get confused or whatever. Tori, I thought that was excellent, man. So, all right, man. Hey, are y'all ready for me to bring up the next speaker who's gonna lead our next recognition segment? This guy holds a special place in my life. We've become best friends over the years. I remember I introduced him to this business, and literally, that's why you got to follow up. I don't know how many times I told Renee he's gonna be at the meeting tonight. But he stood me up, like 3 or 4 times and did not come, to the meeting. And so Renee and I ended up going to him, right? And when I say going to him for the Zoom recruits, I mean we went to him on Super Bowl Sunday. We went to his house and we did a presentation, man. And you guys will be blessed as I am to have somebody you can lock arms with and be a foxhole buddy. We did so many things in the business together in terms of like the stuff we learned and came up and whatever. But when Jennifer showed that picture earlier of us being in San Francisco, he was in San Francisco also with us. I mean, so anyway, man, Rod Stovall's a $300,000 earner, right? That's $25,000 a month if you count slow. It's got 3 regional vice presidents. You've already heard from all of them. You heard from LA, who's co-emceeing with me. You heard from Torella, where her daughter was walking her down. Out walking her, right? You heard from Tori just a minute ago. You heard from Steve and Terry Middlebrooks, the below RVPs that are setting this thing on fire. And so their coaches are Rod and Angela Stovall. So take it away, Rod.
Appreciate that, Leonard. Awesome day, y'all. Let me first make sure that again, he said it, definitely proud of everybody who got a chance to speak this day. Thanks for producing a phenomenal event, Renee Turner. And so shout out to TMM, shout out to Believers Base Shop. So I want to make sure that you can, I need a sound check to make sure you can actually hear my background. So first tell me, do you hear anything?
We hear it.
You hear it? Okay, good stuff. Can you hear me too?
No, we can't hear you.
All right, good stuff, y'all. So what I'm gonna do is share my screen and go over some recognition here, y'all. So segment 2, Rod Stovall. Shout out to my beautiful wife, Angela. She's recovering from something. So anyway, good stuff. Listen up. TMM. Here we go, baby. That's for Shanette. Okay. Top personal securities producers, y'all. Future RVP category. Give it up for number 1. Actually, I'm here because they're here because they recruited Leonard and Jennifer McReynolds, Felicia and Ben Cornegay out of the TMM Base Shop. Give it up for them, y'all. Boom. Yeah. So also, y'all, top Base Shop securities, RVP and SVP category, y'all. Give it up for the incredible LA and TM Jeter. I call her Showtime. Number 4 in Base Shop Securities. Number 3, give it up for us. Rod and number 3 in Base Shop Securities. Give it up for number 2, our upline SVP TMM, Renee and Mel Turner. You should give yourself a plaque too, by the way, But anyway, and coming in at number 1. There's only one number 1. Person recruited me, leader of the home team, Leonard and Jennifer McReynolds, number 1. Home team. Security.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jennifer. Y'all don't get it twisted. She's a partner, y'all, but she was responsible for most of that security that came on in and got them to number 1. Just want to put that on out there. Jennifer Mac.
That's right, Jennifer.
That's right, y'all. So also top personal builders in the rep category, y'all. Number 2, Terrell Reed out of the TMM. I'm sorry, number 3. Well, I got it. Yeah, number, gotcha. Terrell Reed, number 2. And then also right here, you all in the number 1, my directs, baby. Terry and Steven Middlebrook.
Way to go, Terry and Steven.
Way to go, Middlebrook.
Look at them. Boss, them RVPs in 2021, by the way. Number 1
Awesome
personal
job.
builder, all right. And then top personal builder, senior rep, and district category. Number 2, Karen Houston. I want to give y'all a little nugget. You got to go get directs, y'all. She's a direct, right? She's a direct. Number 2, Karen Houston Hollins, y'all. Direct. And like Tori was saying, you can recruit to sell or sell to recruit. Y'all, she was sold and then she got recruited and now she recruiting and selling. Dadgummit, God doggone it. That's how we talk about doing. Karen Houston Hollins, number 2. And then number 1, oh my God, another believer. I ain't playing this, y'all. Renee put me in this segment, y'all. So, but coming in at number 1, she is so awesome. Newly promoted division leader. Came through Christy Elmore, direct me now. Number 1 in senior rep and district personal builder category, Mary Early. Y'all give it up for her.
Way to go, Mary.
All right, y'all. So now top personal builders, division and regional leader. All right. Number 2,
Yeah,
man,
baby.
Dr. LaShawna Bryant and William Page. Y'all, I mean, you talk about somebody with a great spirit, y'all. She can just doctor over people in her spirit, dog. You get around her and your energy, I just feel better. I don't even need no vitamins, no medicine, no nothing. I just need me some Dr. Tuna. You know what I'm saying? That's how they be recruiting people and building up them team numbers for Shernette and them, baby. All right, now, number 1. Oh my God. Number one, y'all. Corbin Swift. Guess what? He also is a personal direct, y'all. Go get directs, y'all. Personal direct. Corbin Swift, number 1 division RL personal builder, y'all. Getting them in, having a drink to celebrate it, y'all. Big dog. All right. And then we got top base shop builders, y'all, in the future RVP category. Give it up for my homegirl, Gina Shirley and James Shirley, number 2, representing
Let's go, Gina.
But we know there can only be what?
One number 1, baby.
You know what it's gonna be before we click on it. Boom! Shernette and Thomas Dennis.
Way to go, 3D
Baby. All right. So and then top base shop builders, RVP and SVP category. Coming in number 3 in the Tori and Natasha Hunter. Personal direct recruits, y'all. I hope you're getting these nuggets. All right. Number 3. Number 2, Rod and Angela Stovall. Baby.
All right, Stovall.
But again, there can be only one number 1. Who might that be? Y'all, for our SVP, y'all, because she got on her pearls, y'all. I hope y'all checking that out. I mean, she is straight royalty.
Dripping.
Number 1, Renee and Mel Turner, representing the TMM base shop. So y'all, then we got this thing called money. Top earners, y'all. Top earners.
Cash.
In the representative category, number 1, Terry and Steven Middlebrooks. Dadgummit, we told you, I mean, they got the cash coming in. This is just from one of the codes, y'all. Number 1 in rep cash, y'all. Give it up for them. Number 1 in that category. And
they doing a clean sweep.
Top earners in the senior representatives and district category, y'all. Give it up. Number 3, Mary Early.
Mary.
The Believers Base Shop.
All right, Mary.
Number 2.
All right, Darlene.
I mean, I can't wait to see her get to RVP, dadgummit, representing Team Pride. Number 2, Darlene Liston, y'all.
Darlene.
I know she gonna have an RVP behind her name soon and very soon. But in the end, there's only one number 1. Who will it be? Oh my God. Terry Middlebrooks. Terry Middlebrooks, you know, future RVP 2020.
Getting all the money.
Rep and district cash flow, y'all, because we supposed to make money. We supposed to make money, baby. All right. So top earners division and regional leader category, y'all. Let's see what we got here. Number 3, dadgummit. She be breaking this thing. She gonna go from 6 figures part-time on her other journey of the broke, right, and turn that to 6 figures in prime America business. We can't wait for that to happen. And her sign that RVP contract, dadgummit. Number 3, Cheryl and Miles Wilson. Number 2, out of the dog, another one out of the team.
All right.
Number 2, Andre
Frazier.
Frazier recently promoted the regional leader, dadgummit, making it happen. Number 2 division.
That's right.
Cash. And in the end, there's only one number 1. Let's see who this is. Give it up dadgummit, the veteran. No, oh my God, I just rapped. That was a clean. Was that a clean sweep? Oh
yes, it was.
That was a clean sweep. Dadgummit from the TMM base shop. Hey, out of the base shops, man. You can't below this. Not even my RVP category. So all the rest of y'all below RVPs, man. Y'all but make them put some respect on your name. It ain't supposed to be no clean sweep. You know what I'm saying? But it was a clean sweep. Okay. So anyway, top earners, RVP category. And of course, in this one, SVP Renee Turner. She's not in this one because she actually is the top earner, actually. But for everybody else in the RVP category, number 3.
All right, Stephanie.
All right, Steph.
Flow out of the RVPs. And then coming in number 2, Leonard and Jennifer McGraw, number 2. All right, so nail biter. Let's see, who will it be? Number 1. Who can it be? Let's see. Oh my God! Rod and Angela Stovall, number 1 in cash, baby cash. Didn't know who that was. So that was it, number 1. So anyway, y'all, let me unshare. That is it. I'm gonna turn it back over to our MC and stop my stuff here. And thank you for allowing me to do that. I get goosebumps every time I speak in front of y'all great people. But I'll turn it back over to MCs.
Hey, Leonard, before you, Leonard and Ellen, can we just ask everybody to unmute and give it up for the folks that got recognized? That's the thing.
Congratulations.
Awesome. That was really awesome.
Way to go.
Let's give it up.
Great job.
And I'm gonna say y'all give it up. Y'all give it up for the choreographer, of the recognition slides. Me and Stephanie, we were just the do boy and the do girl, but that was really production put together by Renee Turner. I mean, you know, mine would have, if I had done that, I promise you it would have looked way different. But y'all give it up for the beauty and all of that. She doggone set that thing up in a major way. So give it up for her. Anyway, now back to you.
God. Congratulations again, guys. Congratulations. I got 3 words for you. Pretty, Black, educated, right? Guys, I grew up with my mom telling me that I could be Oprah Winfrey, right? I remember as a young Black girl, the only thing for me and how I grew up that was modeled on TV besides my awesome mom was Oprah and Whoopi Goldberg. So I can tell you, the woman coming up, I remember the time that I got to see her walk across the stage. I can tell you I was in Texas. I can even tell you down to the T what she had on. And I said, I got to meet this woman. I have to some way be connected to this woman. And I'm just so honored. Not only did God make that dream come true and I'm connected, he put me with a woman who's a mom, a wife, a boss, near-term $500,000 earner. Guys, do you understand that I only grew up seeing Black women have jobs? I never was really told that, hey, you could go have your own and own it. But now God has not only had my mother plant a seed, but put me with a woman who is exemplifying that very thing. She's an executive board member of the AALC, Women in Pride America, and her favorite thing to tell us is don't sit and wait for opportunities to come. Get up, and make it happen, right? So everybody give it up, unmute, man, for her to close us out strong. The great, the honorable, pretty, black, and educated Renee Turner.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Coach.
Guys, it has been a great day. We've had so many great speakers. I love the RVPs in this hierarchy. We've got the best RVP team, and the only thing that's going to make it better is by promoting more RVPs, right? As our RVPs become SVPs and NSDs and SNSD, guys, that is the vision. So I'm going to start talking a little bit about the vision, and then I'm going to wrap up just really talking to you guys from my heart. And so let me go ahead and share my screen. All righty. And I'm assuming that you guys are good. You guys can see it?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So our updated and revitalized, refreshed logo. I'm so excited about it. Thank you so much. LA, you know, to have a downline RVP that, you know, really went out of her way to see how she could just, you know, make an improvement in something that we had as a hierarchy. So that just means so much to me. Guys, I do want to take a minute to let you guys know that our logo has meaning. We are the millionaire movement. And man, my mission is building millionaire minds. My belief that everybody that enters our hierarchy that decides to really play in this business, really participate, really get focused and go to work is going to be a millionaire. It's going to be a millionaire, right? Because look, if you make enough money in Primerica, even part-time, that you can invest $1,500 a month at a 9% rate of return, 20 years later, you're going to be a cash millionaire, right? And then I also believe we're going to develop national sales directors, senior national sales directors that become $1 million earners in Primerica. But you don't have to see yourself as a $1 million earner in order to embrace the vision of being a millionaire. And it starts with your mind. What do you think about? Do you think you can be a millionaire? We're going to give you the how. You got to put in the work ethic. But guys, that's my belief that we are a hierarchy of millionaires, right? And then, guys, we are hierarchy builders. It really begins in RVP. I love what Mika said, the 3 main promotions. Get promoted to district leader. That should happen while you're going through the licensing process. Then become a certified field trainer in your base shop. And then, guys, the only thing after that is RVP, division and regional leader. Those should just be little touchstones along the way to RVP. But RVP is not the end of the story. RVP is the beginning of the story. We've got great RVPs. Guys, the next step, if you look at this logo like the face of a clock, the next step, SVP in the 3 o'clock position. How many RVPs, first generations, do you have to become an SVP? 3. So guys, whenever you look at the logo, it's to remind you 3 RVPs at the 3 o'clock position. You're going to be an SVP. Isn't that phenomenal? Isn't that phenomenal? Y'all didn't know that's what that meant, right? Then guys, go on down, put in a little bit more time. At 6 o'clock on the clock, right on the TMM clock, NSD. How many first generations RVPs do you have to be an NSD? 6, right? So in that 6 o'clock position, 6 RVPs, that's going to make you an NSD, right? And then, guys, you don't stop there. Just like the clock doesn't stop moving, then you go one more position to that 9 o'clock position. 9 RVPs will make you, 9 first generations will make you an SNSD, which is the top leadership position in Primerica. And so, guys, when you look at the logo, I want you to be thinking about, man, my first stop just to get started is to get promoted to RVP. Now, if you don't want to be an RVP, then you're going to go back to what I said on the previous slide. You're going to become $1 million, a cash millionaire by making great part-time money, investing $1,500 a month, 20 years, and 9% cash millionaire. You're still a part of the vision. But for those who really, really want to do what Primerica is built for you to do, it starts at RVP, but we're not going to stop at RVP. Promote 3, go to SVP, promote 6 first generation, generations, go to NSD. Promote non-first generations, go to SNSD. That's what TMM is really all about. Guys, Drive for 5, our hashtag Drive for 5. The first step along the way is for us to have 500 life license representatives as a part of this hierarchy. And then to get to the point where we're adding 500 every single year, right? But we got to get to 500, that first 500. Out of the pursuit of 500 life license representatives codes, as Mika said, we're going to build 30 by $30,000 base shops. Every RVP in this hierarchy has the ability, the potential, the knowledge to build a 30 by $30,000 base shop. In the process of doing that and running and growing these 30 by $30,000 base shops, we're going to produce leaders in our base shops that earn $50,000. We believe you should get the watch, earn $50,000 in the base shop, either and just stay in the base shop or in the base shop on your way to RVP. That is our destiny. And then going to 100,000, getting the ring, not just getting the ring, but adding diamonds, have a regular schedule of adding diamonds to your ring. It's been proven in the AALC since January 2020, in the midst of a daggum pandemic, people adding diamonds every 2, 3, 4 months. Or if you're Gary Cornegay and Cornegay Enterprises, they add a diamond nearly every single month. And then, guys, building those hierarchies that I already talked about. SVP, man, all of these RVPs, they need you. They want to help you become an RVP so they can go to SVP and then NSD, which is our destination. We will become an NSD hierarchy, National Sales Director hierarchy in 2021, and then on the SNSD. But guys, the big vision is that we are a hierarchy of SNSD who have NSDs, who have SVPs, who have RVPs, who have $50,000 earners in their base shops. Can y'all get excited about that vision? I can't see you right now. Can I hear you guys? Y'all can unmute if you don't have background noises. Anybody?
Yes,
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
That's what TMM is all about, okay? And so, guys, 2024 vision, we've come together in a conglomerate, a mastermind group called Rap to Millions with our 5 of my best friends in Primerica, $1 million earner Rob Davis.
That's right. That's right.
Brand new $800,000 earner, $700,000 earner, Lisa M. Jones just hit $700,000 last night. $500,000 earner, Cedric Thomas, $500,000 earner, Joyce and Prevost, myself, we're about to be at $400,000 earners by the end of May, and then David Catan on his way to $300,000. And guys, we're masterminding moving our businesses in a historic way by 2024. And so as a rap hierarchy, Rap to Millions, we've all committed to grow our businesses by 50% every year through 2024, and then it's going to be like on automatic. Then the growth is going to keep on coming. We're committing to 50% growth each year. So I wanted to share with you guys this morning, what is our place in that vision in TMM? Even if you're not on the Rap to Millions group yet, you got to be at least a district leader, and you've got to be productive and coachable, a district leader that your RVP believes is ready for a higher level of accountability and competition, which is what the Rap to Millions environment is, right? But you're all in the hierarchy, right? And so everybody has a role to play. Everybody is a part of the vision. So for us as TMM to grow by 50% each year, we got to look at what we did in 2020. In 2020, we collectively brought in 705 recruits. We averaged 58 recruits a month. We did 814,000 in premium, averaged 67,000 a month. We did 11 million in total securities, average 916,000 a month. We ended the year with 378 reps in our hierarchy and 6 RVPs, not including me, 6 downline RVPs. 50% growth, guys. That means in 2021, and guys, this is why April is so important. The first quarter is over, but in 2021, we've got to get 1,057 recruits. That means averaging 88 recruits a month. We got to do 1.2 million in premium, averaging over 100,000 a month in premium. We got to do 16.5 million in securities, 1.3 million a month. We got to end this year with 567 reps and 9 RVPs minimum. We should be at more than 9 based on projections. RVPs promoting RVPs, promoting 3 out of my base shop, but minimum we got to be at 9. In 2022, guys, we're going to take it up. 1,586 recruits. That'll be 132 a month. 1.8 million in premium, 152,000 a month. 24 million in securities, 2 million a month. 850 reps, 14 RVPs minimum. And in 2023, guys, we'll be doing 2379. We'll call that 2,400 recruits. That's right at 200 a month. Something special about 2023, I'll share in a minute. 2.7 million in premium, 230,000 in premium a month. 37 million in securities, that's 3 million a month. We'll have 1,275 reps in the hierarchy and 20 plus RVPs. And then 2024, you see the numbers. But I want to stop on 2023 because, guys, every day, you know, I write down my goals for my business, right? I'm coachable to to people that have, you know, that I can learn from. And several years ago, you know, Rob really talking about that definite chief aim. And when he said it, I said, man, that's awesome, Rob. You know, Rob, I'm going to do that. And I've done it and I've got it laminated and it's posted and I update it every year. But what I've been speaking and writing, I don't just read it every day, I write it every day. My vision for the TMM hierarchy, guys, I never looked at, you know, what year it could happen, right? But I just write down every day that, man, our hierarchy, we get 200 recruits. Every month we do 200 recruits, 250,000 in premium, 3 million in securities, and have 60 people pass the life exam, a 25% licensing ratio. And doggone it, if when I put in this 50% growth, guys, if it did not show the manifestation of what I write every single morning, right? Guys, you know, do some little rounding, but man, 98 recruits a month, that's pretty close to 200 recruits a month, which is what I write every single morning, right? 230,000 in premium. What I write every morning is 250,000 in premium. Man, that's just like $1,000 a month difference. And so, guys, isn't that incredible? 3 million a month of securities. I write that every single morning, guys. And every time I do a meeting of money and business, I cast the vision of over 1,000 life license representatives, 500 securities license representatives, guys. And my big vision is 100 RVPs earning 100,000 or more. But guys, do you see the power of the mind? I got to get off this screen. Do y'all see the power of the mind, guys? With what I just said, I've been writing this every day. I've got it posted and laminated, but every single morning, I'm not gonna lie. If you look through my books and I fill these books up, right? Equitable sends them to me and I fill them up, right? I filled up about 5 of these books every day, guys. You can see where I write down, you know, my outcomes for my life, in my business life, my family life, my spiritual life, my physical health, guys. And what I write every morning is I have a hierarchy doing 200 by 250 by 3 million by 60 codes. And now, just with that 50% growth plan, Jennifer, it's manifest. I know how it's going to manifest, guys. That gave me chill bumps when I put that time frame to getting there, guys. There's nothing more powerful than the mind. Anybody excited about that?
Yeah.
Because what I'm really not talking about is you. You know, what are you visualizing? And guys, you don't have to know the how when you first start writing it down. You don't have to believe it when you first start writing it down, right? When you first start reading it. I had no idea the time frame, but I know this is my imagination. This is what I perceive. This is what we're doing. A base doing 50 by 50,000 by a million, by 16 new codes every month. I do my base shop as well, and my personal. But that vision of a hierarchy, and then to see Natasha, to see Torella, God took the scales off my eyes that the manifestation is coming in 2023. Guys, I'm telling you that it is powerful. Let me go ahead and finish reminding you guys of what we're working on right now in the hierarchy. That's the vision. And then again, as I said, I just want to talk to you my last few minutes from my heart. So let me go back to share my screen. I had to come off the screen and see y'all's faces to tell you guys how that lit my spirit up. To see with that 50% growth, how we're going to get to those numbers that I've been visualizing and believing for and writing every single day now for probably 3 years. All right. And then 2024, we're going to take it to 300 recruits a month, 343,000 a month in premium, 4.6 million in securities. We'll have almost 2,000 reps in the hierarchy. And of course, we'll have 30 plus RVPs, because once the compounding effect kicks in, we're going to have more than 50% growth in those RVPs. I believe that with everything that's in me. Guys, we're in the second half of our 90-day run. In March, I cast a vision of us coming together as a hierarchy, unified in a 90-day run, March, April, May, with the objective of changing our life in 90 days. And guys, each base shop has a 90-day goal. I know your RVP, every time they get you on training, they show you the 90-day goals for your base shop. I know every time I get my team on training, we look at our 90-day goals. We missed our March number, right? And so we're refocused now, making sure we hit our April number and then come back strong and hit our May number so we can achieve what we said we were going to achieve by the end of the 90 days. But there's on the other side of it. Goes like Mika said, the way you do anything is the way you do everything. You got to compete. You got to compete for everything. You might say, I don't want a t-shirt. I don't like t-shirts. I don't wear t-shirts. I don't care about that. It's about the winning. It's about the competition. So guys, we're going to have an incredibly, really, really nice 90-day run t-shirt. And you got to earn it, right? You got to earn it to be a team player over the course of the 90 days. Personally, you got to get at least 3 recruits and write 3,000 in premium. To be a team player, to be a starter, you got to get at least 6 direct recruits and 9,000 in personal premium. And to be an all-star, 9 direct recruits, 15,000 in personal premium. You could be a 0 by 0 right now for the first 45 days of the 90-day run, and you can still get a t-shirt by the end of the 90-day run. I believe you can still be an all-star by the end of the 90-day run, but how bad do you want it? Guys, we're going to have a Zoom, or I'm believing for God, we're going to be in person. Actually, we're going to be in person together in August at the AALC, and we'll probably do something hierarchy-wide, start to get in person again in a safe way toward the end of the year. But man, whether it's on Zoom or in person, do you want to be the one that doesn't have a 90-day run t-shirt? Because you didn't do 3 by 3 in 90 days to get a t-shirt, just to be a team player, guys. That's just, and it doesn't have to be 1 by 1,000 every month, because I don't want you to feel like it's hopeless. 3 by 3,000, you can get that done between now and the end of this month. Guys, are you going to fight for it? Are you going to compete for it? Are you in that shirt, man? Don't be left out. Don't be without the TMM 90-day run uniform by not qualifying for your t-shirt. And then for those who step it up, our future RVP leaders who can believe big enough and work hard enough to run a 10 by 10 base shop, right? 2 out of the 3 months, nobody did it in March. So you got April and May, and you'll get your 10 by 10 future RVP jacket. And then for the RVPs, qualify for the Letterman's jacket, 20 by 20, 2 out of the 3 months. Rod and Angela Stovall nailed it in the month of March. Rod already has his jacket, so now got to come back and get another month of 20 by 20 plus to get Angela's jacket. The other RVPs, you can still do it. There's still 2 months left in the 90-day run. Get your jacket, right? And then, guys, the 90-day run contest, as an executive board, the AALC, I want to let you know, I plan the meetings for AALC. The AALC is on. It is happening, right? August 6th through the 8th. Guys, it's gonna be safe. We're gonna be in a general session space that holds 10,000 people. We're gonna limit the attendance to 1/3 of the capacity. So guys, this year, it ain't hype, it's real. This event is gonna sell out. We're gonna have to close registration when we hit a certain number. And so you have until May 30th to get, if you started a package back when we thought we were gonna have a 2020 conference, you have until May 30th to complete your payments, to maintain your VIP status, and you can still go on and register for any other package besides VIP. But guys, it will be shut down. We're going to do this safely. We're not going to have that room packed out, to the max with everybody all up on each other. And so you got to get registered. Go to aalconline.com, hit the banner at the top for the conference, and the password is all caps. AALC 200K, AALC 200K, all the letters are capped, or you can go to the POL website, go to field support, choose AALC, and you can access our page that way. What are we gonna require? Well, number one, the Marriott has a very safe environment. They require face coverings for all people at the Marriott in any of the indoor public areas. They sanitize before you check into the room. They're never gonna have any of their staff in the room when you're in the room, guys. They're a cashless system now, so you're not passing money. They've got a plexiglass everywhere, so it's going to be a safe environment. For the AALC, we're going to do temperature checks before anybody can enter our meeting room. They'll have to get their temperature checked. If their temperature is elevated, we'll recheck it. If it's still elevated, they will not be allowed in the room. And we're requiring CDC approved face mask. So not just any kind of face covering, not cloth face mask. You got to have either that 3-ply surgical mask or the KN95 mask in order to get into the AALC meeting room. Now you can put another mask on top of that if you want to represent a designer look, but you got to have on that CDC approved 3-ply surgical mask or KN95 mask to go into our meeting room. Inside the meeting room, the seats are going to be spatially distance, meaning there will be 2 seats next to each other, then a distance, then 2 more seats, then a distance. When we do recognition, we're already talking about we're not going to have a stage full of people and people running across high-fiving and everything. So you're going to get your recognition, but we're going to do that in a safe way. We're not going to do the gala. We're not going to do the party. We're not going to do get fit with Brit, anything where people are, you got masses of people, eating food together, sweating on each other and stuff like that. But still, it's going to be, that's all the stuff we're not going to do. But what we are going to do, guys, is we're going to bring 3,000 people that are part of the African American Leadership Council or a part of this event. You don't have to be African American, together in person for the first time in 2 years. We're going to recognize milestones that you hit since 2020, since 2019. So RVP promotions, rings, diamonds, all those major milestones that we couldn't recognize in 2020 or earlier this year, they will be recognized. And then you're still going to get recognized for being in the top production categories in the year 2020, guys. We're going to have an RVP workshop, a VIP workshop. We're going to have 3 general sessions instead of 2. Saturday morning, instead of having a bunch of people walking around the hallways with workshops, we're going to have a general session Saturday morning, general session Saturday night, general session Sunday morning. On Friday, we're going to have the women, the Boss Chicks locker room, the men's locker room. And then Friday night, we're going to have an outdoor event, a big welcome reception outdoors where it's safer, right? So guys, it's going to be off the chain. Can y'all tell me if y'all are excited about this AALC coming back together with the AALC in August? Y'all can talk about it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be lit, right?
Yep.
Now, that's the conference. When you register for the conference, whatever package you choose, your Friday and Saturday night is paid. But the competition, guys, is AALC plus 2 extra nights on me. Instead of having to check out on Sunday morning and run downstairs for the worship service and general session, you'll be able to stay in your room because I'm gonna pay for your Sunday night and Monday night in the hotel. You're gonna be able to have 2 more days of fun in the sun and a winner's dinner for the TMM hierarchy on that Monday night. But the hierarchy has to perform. We have to grow. We can't be doing the same as what we were doing before the 90-day run, or less than, God forbid, we were doing before the 90-day run, and then go celebrate after the ALC. If we haven't grown as a hierarchy, then our butts need to be coming home as soon as the ALC is over. Does that make sense? So guys, for this contest to happen as a hierarchy over the 90 days, we got to bring in 250 recruits. And you guys, March was a growth month for us, but April month today, our hierarchy numbers are down. So we got to come with it. We got to bring in 250 recruits over the 90 days, do 300,000 in premium. That's through second over the 90 days in order for this AALC +2 to happen, because we're rewarding ourselves with extra days for growth. We're not going to reward ourselves for the status quo staying the same, or rewarding ourselves for going backwards. If that makes sense, y'all, they say that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Makes sense, Coach.
Only 2 people say it makes sense. All right. Well,
Makes sense.
Or not, that's how it happens. We're rewarded when we grow, not when we stay the same, right? But guys, that's nothing but a notion, because we are growing. We're going to turn it around in April and finish strong. Top 3 RVPs in the hierarchy minimum. You got to do 50 by 50 through the contest period. And the top 6 future RVPs in the hierarchy, you got to do a minimum of 25 by 25 on your team. 6 by 9 has to be personal. And the hierarchy has to perform 250 recruits, 300,000 in premium, and we're going to celebrate together at the end of the AALC. So are you guys excited about that?
Yes, Coach.
Yes, we are.
Are we going to do what we need to do, teammates?
That's right.
Yes. Right.
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Absolutely.
guys. And then wrapping it up, I told you I wanted to come to you from my heart. Guys, everything you've heard today, and it's been phenomenal. Mika was phenomenal. Tori was phenomenal. Torella was phenomenal. Stephen and Terry Middlebrooks were phenomenal. Shanette Dennerson was phenomenal. It was all phenomenal. But none of it's going to change your life unless you change. And what you got to decide as we get ready to wrap up over the next few minutes is what's going to be different at 12:15 today from how you were at 9:30 when you logged on. Right? If you had a good start to the 90-day run, I challenge you, don't get complacent now. Nobody stops running halfway through a race, right? So if you had a good March, you don't want to fall back in April, right? Because nobody did the most they could do in the month of March, right? If you didn't get off to a good start in the 90-day run, you can start now. There's 45 days left. There's no time to waste, but there's plenty of time to win. But here's going to be the difference, guys. It's what you believe. It's what you believe. You'll never outperform your level of belief. See, you from where you sit today in your numbers, you're recruiting your premium, you're getting licensed and getting people licensed and securities, right? But you know, our 2 building blocks are recruiting and premium. Premium is going to lead to securities, and you'll get some securities that didn't come from folks that had life insurance. But guys, how we build is recruits and getting people properly protected. Those are the key cornerstones, guys. What are you going to do between now and the end of the month? It's all about what you believe. See, you could be at 0 by 0 today and end up finishing with the best month you've ever had. We got 10 days left. The 30th is on Friday. So God is so good. That means we're going to have Saturday, Sunday, and Monday till 6 to finish out the month of April. Don't you dare give up. What team gives up at halftime? We're a little bit past halftime of the month. We're at halftime of the 90-day run. What team gives up at halftime? I don't care how bad they're getting beat. They still come out of the locker room at halftime and they believe that they can still win. Do you believe that you can still win this month and in this 90-day run? I'm telling you, you can. It starts with belief. You'll never outperform your level of belief, right? How do we create our belief, guys? It starts with your thoughts, What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? You got to think about what you're thinking about. Thoughts are things. Thoughts are things. And man, the law of transmission says you're receiving and sending thoughts all day, every day, right? And you don't have control over the thoughts that enter, right? But guys, what I want you to know is when a thought enters your mind, It's the emotion you attach to that thought that gives it power. Power for good or power for bad. Whatever that, if the thought is, man, I'm at 0 by 0 on the 24th of April, I'm gonna have another bad month, right? And I feel bad, I feel depressed, I feel defeated, I feel like a victim, I feel like a loser. All of those negative emotions, you just magnetize that thought, and what you're gonna attract is similar and like thoughts. I can't do it, I'm a loser, it's over, I'm gonna give up, right? It's just like Latin, right? Or you can take that same thought, I'm at 0 by 0 on the 24th day of the month, and say, but man, I feel hopeful. I feel excited. Like Terrella's word, I feel expectant, right? I feel inspired, right? I feel like I'm an achiever. I'm an overcomer. I'm a victor, right? And the emotions that come there will attach to that same thought and magnetize it to attract similar and like thoughts. And you're going to leave this Zoom feeling empowered about taking on the world. Right? So how do you change your belief system? It starts with your thoughts and then your emotions. What emotions am I attaching to my thoughts, right? That's the law of attraction. Those thoughts that are emotionalized become magnetized and attract similar and like thoughts, right? We all have negative thoughts come in, but then it's the next law, right? Guys, it's the law of control. You have the power and ability to decide whether you're going to entertain a thought or dismiss a thought. You have the power and ability to decide, am I going to entertain this thought or dismiss this thought? So when I identify, man, I'm having some negative thoughts and emotions circulating in my head, you get to decide, am I going to tell that negativity, come on in, sit a while, let's have a cup of tea, let's have a pity party together. I'm a victim, right? Let's talk about how I can't win, everything is against me, my upline, my downlines, my partner, my lack of partner, my children, it's always somebody else's, right? Are you going to entertain it when it's not serving your purpose? Because you have the power to dismiss it. Say, nope, nope, I see where I'm headed. I'm throwing it out. I'm kicking it out because it's not serving me. And then, guys, the law of insertion, you have the power and ability to insert any thought of any type into your mind at any time. When you dismiss that disempowering thought, that limiting thought, that unhelpful thought, you have to immediately replace it by inserting what? A thought attached to an emotion that is unlimiting, that is positive, that is high energy, right? That is inspirational, that's in alignment to where you want to go. In TMM, guys, we're not a bunch of victims, we are victors. We are overcomers. We are more than conquerors, right? We're one of the fastest growing hierarchies in Primerica, and it's time for us to let the rest of Primerica know. We got to stop saying they're going to see it one day. They're going to see it they're going to look at one day and we're going to sneak up on them, guys. No, the time is now. We got to represent as individuals, as teams, as future RVPs, as RVP base shops, and as a hierarchy this month. Time out for saying next, it's this month. It's this month, guys. Right? We can do it.
Right, Renee.
We can do it. You can do whatever you set your mind to between now and the end of the month. And then between now and the end of this 90-day run. I will not back down from our minimums for the hierarchy. 250 recruits, 300,000 in premium, because guys, we're good enough. We're good enough. We just have to do it. How are we going to believe it? Our thoughts, our emotions, because those two things control our actions, our behavior, our activity, right? And then that controls our results. All right, guys? That's my message for you today, man. I hope you receive it in the spirit that I'm giving it to you. I believe in you. I love you. I'm working every single day to be a better coach than I was the day before. Your RVPs are doing the same. You're coaching your base shop, guys. And we just all have to believe in unity as a hierarchy, that it's our time. Stephanie always puts hashtag TMM time, right? And guys, that's exactly what it is. Our year for the year, we're fighting for freedom. Our vision, drive for 5, right? The first part of it, drive for 5. And guys, We just got to go out there and make it happen. So I'm putting up a poll because everybody's got to make a commitment. Now, you don't have to because you're an adult and you can decide you're not going to participate. But I'm going to put up a poll for you to make a commitment on what you're going to do this month, where you're going to finish this month. I'm going to share it with your RVPs so they're going to know based on your Zoom login what you're committing to, right? Let me launch the poll. And all of us are going to participate, including the RVPs. Will you commit to do at least 1 by 1,000 personal by the time April is done? Or you're going to perform at a higher personal level, 3 by 5,000 personal. If you're a district leader, do you commit to be a qualified district? If you're a division, commit to be a qualified division. If you're an RL, commit to be a qualified RL. Or maybe you say, I'm going to play up and I'm going to be a 10 by 10 future RVP team. RVPs, are you going to play at a minimum of 10 by 10 in your base this month, or are you going to play at 20 by 20 in your base this month? You can choose multiple of these, but I challenge just 74 people that can participate in this poll. Man, I challenge you, because if you don't put it out there, right? Guys, you got to know who you are. You got to speak who you are in public, right? And then you got to be who God created you to be. And you can't do that if you're a secret agent. If you say, I'm going to do it, then I'm going to talk about it, then you'll never do it. Then you'll never do it. Okay, we've got 20, 21 that's participated, 22. I'm going to leave it open for about another minute. You know, it's like church. We're going to keep the doors of the TMM church open for about 1 more minute. But on every Sunday, at some point, the pastor says, all right, we gotta close the door. We got to close it down and close the service. Because some people, the Spirit is speaking to them, but they're not going to move today. Guys, is the Spirit speaking to you today? Is there one? Is there one? Is there another? Is this the day? Not your soul salvation. That's the most important. But is this the day of your TMM salvation? Will you decide, I'm going to become a real team player on TMM? Right? Or the Believers Base Shop, the Home Team Base Shop, the Boss Lab Base Shop, Team Ignite, the Terminators Base Shop, the Team Pride Base Shop, the Believers Base Shop. Is there one that's going to say today is the day? 30 seconds and I'm shutting it out. We got 41 that have voted. And for those who choose not to vote, that's so, I'm not saying it's okay. I'm going to say keep plugging in. Keep plugging in to an environment to build yourself into a kind of person that's willing to make public commitments. All right.
Hey, Renee.
Yes.
I can't vote.
Because you're a co-host.
Thank you, Tori. I thought it was just me.
No, the RVPs, you can just post what you're going to do in the RVP band. If you're a co-host, you're not able to vote.
I was like, I can't vote.
Now, I can go in and take y'all off of co-host mode, I guess, because we're getting ready to wrap up. Let me do that. So you guys can be on there. I forgot about that. Yeah. All righty. Or you can put it in the chat like Stephanie did. All righty. Let me take you off, Tori. All right, guys, are we excited? We're committed. RVPs, I'll send you this report. And we have some folks who will know who's committed in our base shops and who we can count on, who we can coach to help our base shops do what we need to do this month. So the hierarchy does what it needs to do. And we become the hierarchy God created us to be, right? By being the people that we're supposed to be and knowing who we really are as individuals. You are fearfully and wonderfully made, right? And God brought you in Primerica on purpose for a purpose, and that purpose is greatness. I love y'all so much. Y'all can unmute yourselves and just speak life over each other and just let us know how you feel about today.
That's right, Carmen. TMM time.
Today was
TMM
time.
Get it down, people.
Great.
And highly favored.
Yes, Team Pride is on the prowl.
Let's
TR.
go.
Film time.
It's 9 o'clock.
Time.
We're all
Let's
superstars.
go.
Let's
Grind.
go. Number 10 wins.
We getting it done.
We're all winners.
Done.
VIP,
Right.
life changes,
Done,
Team
done, done.
Destiny. I'm calling roll call.
Hey, Tori.
MJ.
All right, somebody's calling roll.
Done,
I love it. I love it. I love it. Hey, Tori, can you send us out here with some music, man? I always know you
Oh,
on
yeah.
you
Oh,
already.
yeah. Let's go.
Let's not get out of here with
Let's
some
go.
party.
Let's go.
That's right.
All right, y'all, let's get this
300
energy up, right?
party.
Go.
Hi,
What
Stephanie.
you got for us, Tori?
All we do is
Drop
win.
a
Let's see here. Can I still share?
Oh, I gotta make you
You'll
close
let me
again.
share, right?
We can hear you.
You got it.
This is a millionaire movement.
That's what it is.
Yes.
There's magic. Hold on.
VICTORY.
That's all right, man. They're excited. They'll wait for the music.
VICTORY.
All right, I see Felicia Cornegate, One Securities, Cree Chapman, Terry Middlebrook. Y'all did an awesome job. Mallory, I see a new teammate on Delphine's team.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
It's time to pick up the pace.
Yes, it is, baby. Let's go.
Yum, yum time.
Yes, it
All right,
is.
now. That's right, Tori. Tori always on time.
Hey,
Hey. Let's go.
All right. Hey, come on, y'all. I'm not in church this morning. That's tomorrow morning.
Come on, let's go, 300. Let's get it. 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 Let's get it.
Delphine, Miss DK, Arena,
no, baby, you can have it.
Tina, Zenobia, Nicole, Deborah, stayed on to the end, Tawaya, Marie, Nikita, George, Sharice, Louise, Gina, April, Rachel, Yolanda, Andre, George, Sarah, Rodney, Tyrone, Weston, Kathy, Norma, Maisha and Mark, Karen, Carly, Deanna, Karen. I see you, Ben. I see you, picture.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go.
What you say?
Let's
now?
go.
Let's go, 300.
Let's go.
PVIP. Where you at?
VIP, baby.
I'm changes. Where you at? Team Destiny, make some noise. I can't hear you, MJ.
Hey, TM time.
And how about that
TM time.
normal?
TM time.
TM
Nicole.
time. Yes, it is. Let's get it. Let's
Go ahead
get
on
it.
that cap.
And man, win it. Win it.
I see you, Mallory. All right. Let's go save the world. Y'all have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you.